Welcome everyone to another episode of Four Nobodies Talking Sports. No football this weekend, guys, but we're a week away from Super Bowl 55, the Kansas City Chiefs and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady, the GOAT. Bob, I'm going to do my best not to talk too much, not to do too much ass kissing for Brady this episode. But I'm not going to promise you anything, Bob. But let's get to the big news. We had a big trade this weekend. The Detroit Lions trading Matthew Stafford and 2 first-round draft picks to the Los Angeles Rams for our man Jared Goff. I think this is a good move for both teams and players. I think both Jarrett and Stafford could use a change of scenery, but for Stafford, they say not so much. I don't think it's going to be a good trade for him. Stafford coming from a 5-11 team to the Rams. They made the second rounds of the playoffs. Stafford, not so much. They had the 27th ranked offense in the NFL and the 8th worst offensive weapons in the NFL. Good luck to him. There, I don't know he's going to have anybody to throw to over there. But a whole different story for Stafford coming to the Rams, where he has the 4th best offense behind only the Seahawks and the Packers. I'll get into all that stuff later, but let's say hello to the guys. Hello, Brian.
What's going on, man?
Yeah, how you doing, man? I got to make sure this is ready.
Feeling stuff, you know.
Feeling stuff. You staying warm?
Oh,
No football.
Well, yeah.
How did you get by with no football this weekend?
Well, I watched wrestling instead. That's what happened.
Yeah, you watched wrestling.
Yeah.
That was kind of cool the other night. I
Royal
opened
Rumble,
I opened up the chat there, so I almost forgot. But Michael, how you doing, Mike? How did you get by with no football this weekend?
Oh, I'm fine. It's not the end of the world for me.
No fantasy football stuff.
Nobody's got the itch going on.
No, that's not the end of the world for me. I mean, I like football, but
did you go to ESPN and look up some old games? Didn't they play an old game yesterday? I think they did.
No, I just watched some basketball.
Did you watch some basketball?
If I needed to watch sports, I just watched some basketball.
You watch some basketball. And Bob.
Yeah.
Bob needs his sports. I don't know. Did you not like him? Not loving basketball?
Bob was pretty much fine. Bob had Bob joined in with Brian and watched the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, that was really neat.
We had fun.
I was gonna join in, but I was working when you guys were doing that. I was literally watching you guys text and stuff.
Yeah,
that was pretty.
You guys have some issues.
I can live without sports. I mean,
I don't know, Bob.
I can live without it.
Yeah. So let's go to Bob. Let's start off with Bob. Bob, let's talk about this trade. What are your thoughts on this trade?
Bob, I didn't know that the Rams had any more draft picks.
They don't. The Detroit Lions get the 2022 first round and their 2023 first round.
Yeah, I didn't know they even had those.
This year
I thought the Rams were depleted. I thought the Rams didn't have anything for a few years.
No, they're just depleted in the first round. That's it.
Yeah.
So now they're depleted for the first round for a while.
Yeah, but if you look at their team, they do a lot of good stuff in the second, third, and fourth round because the last first round pick they got that is still with the team is Aaron Donald.
Oh man,
and Aaron Donald's pretty good.
That makes sense. 67.
All right, let's get back to Bob's thoughts, Mike. Bob's thoughts.
Yeah, Bob, you go ahead because I got a lot to say about this.
All right, go ahead, Bob.
I think it's a good move. I think the Rams gave up a little too much for him, but I think it's a good move because I think Stafford really needed to be out of Detroit because he never really had a good enough offensive line and he's put up great numbers, but he slowed down after Calvin Johnson retired. Yeah. So you figure you got no Calvin Johnson. He had decent receivers in, I think it was Kenny Galladay and Marvin Jones Jr.
Yep.
He had
his line was always crap.
Tight end. Their running game suffered, although this year they, Adrian Peterson and my kid from Georgia, God, what's his name? DeAndre Swift.
Yeah. Swift.
Okay, so they had some weapons. I think Detroit's problem was they had a horrible defense.
Yeah.
So they're always playing from behind, and that's why you see Stafford with some good passing numbers like Deshaun Watson. Watson had a record year because Houston was always playing from behind.
Yeah.
And when you play from behind, you pass.
Yeah. I mean, he still passed.
How's Watson going to do with the lead? That's that's my question. But overall, I think it's good, and let's see how it plays out.
Their line is crap.
Yeah.
Detroit's line is garbage.
I mean, he still threw for over 4,000. He had 4,000 yards and 26 touchdowns. That's not bad, even for 5-11.
This is my take on it. The Rams probably did overpay a little bit. I think maybe one too many first round picks, like maybe the last one they shouldn't. Maybe that 2013, I think.
Right.
But Stafford, this is a way. Well, I mean the first round picks make it difficult, but it's definitely really good for the Rams. Stafford's definitely a better quarterback than Goff. He makes the Rams better than they are with Goff. I think Stafford is been undervalued and under-recognized because he's with the Lions. I think he is actually a really good quarterback, and I think it's going to show. I think people are really going to see what he can do. I mean, we saw what he can do with a crappy team. He's got a 96 quarterback rating, 64 a completion rating.
Yep.
It's just I think he's a good quarterback. Yeah. Now, as far as Goff, I think
he's in trouble. He better do a lot of cardio. He better do a lot of cardio. I think he's just
average.
Well,
I think he's just average.
I read some stats, and out of 50 games, both their stats were almost identical.
Yeah,
the last 50 games. So I mean, I think the Lions actually got the fair end of the stick out of that one because they got extra draft picks and they got a quarterback which is almost just like what they had, close to it.
Yeah, he's younger, but he's already hurt. I think he's already has some issues. I mean, if he thought he had people chasing him when he was behind that O-line, now he's going to be running a lot behind that Detroit Lions line. And like I said, he better do a lot of cardio this offseason because he's going to be doing a lot of running, boy. He's going to be running his ass off. But, I mean, I don't know. He just, I mean, we talked about this. I felt like, I told Bob, I felt like after he came back, he just didn't look right. He didn't look right. He just looked like he was always feeling somebody behind him. It just, to me.
Well, but in the Packers game and in the Seattle game, he was only 3 weeks off of thumb surgery. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but he didn't play bad in the Packers game.
Oh, he didn't.
He didn't play that bad, but it's just I just think he has happy feet, and because in the Seattle game that they lost, he rolled out a couple times. One time he threw a pick near the goal line, and the other time he could have easily ran it in for a touchdown, but he didn't.
Yeah. He just not mobile.
It's like you got to run every now and then to keep him honest.
Yeah, and he can't slide. I don't know what it is. There's just some quarterbacks that just don't know how to slide. And it's very awkward watching him slide. He just leaves too much of his body up there. I mean, you know what I'm talking about. Anyone that's played baseball and you learn that, first thing you learn is how to slide into second base. And if you don't do it properly, you're going to get hurt. And you can just see him. He leaves so much of his upper body up there, and it's just so scary. I'm just like,
Well, I mean, to be honest, Aaron Rodgers could have tied that championship game with Tampa Bay when he rolled out on third down, and he had a nice easy walk into the end zone.
Yeah,
but he decided to try to throw a pass.
Yeah,
but he could have easily scored a touchdown, but he didn't. I don't know why he didn't take off for the end zone. You know what I mean? It's just, but you know what? I read that the Rams wanted Aaron Rodgers first, but Green Bay turned him down.
I was shocked that they would even I mean, I guess they just throw it out there. I mean, maybe they used it for leverage against Detroit and saying, "Hey, look, we also made the same deal to Green Bay, maybe try to lighten up the picks." But there's no way I see that happening.
Yeah.
No matter how pissed off he is, and we really don't. We're just speculating he's upset, but because of them drafting a quarterback. But he could be, could not be. I don't know, but there's no way he's leaving.
Aaron Rodgers can make an average wide receiver look good.
Yeah.
Except for Devontae Adams. He's dealing with Tanyan, Valdez Scandling, Tronian.
Yeah.
He's just dealing with a bunch of guys you've never heard of, and Rodgers makes them good.
Yeah. Yeah, but there's no way he's coming.
I don't see Jared Goff making average receivers good.
Yeah.
I don't.
Just for watching for
man, you're crazy, brother. I would never give up Barkley and Daniel Jones for Watson.
That's another one. I'm sure there's some talks. I'm sure that's another trade that's possibly going to happen before the season starts. Is Deshaun
I know
Watson.
Because with all the new people coming into Houston, general manager and coach, they have said we're not trading Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Now, if you're not going to trade him, you pretty much need to give him a couple more linemen and then he's got wide receivers.
Yeah.
So, it's the defensive side that's killing them. I mean, J.J. Watt needs some help. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, he can be upset all he wants. It's not going to make a difference. They're not going to trade.
Yeah, you've got Will Fuller and you've got Brandon Cooks and David Johnson had a comeback year. I mean, they've got the talent, but the problem is you can't score 40 and give up 42.
Yeah. 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 We talked about it. They were one of the teams that we were just kind of surprised everybody this year with their do I have to shut off the chat over there? God dang it, you guys. And I'm sorry, guys, but my chat is taken off, and Brian's laughing because it's fucking Brian that's doing the chat on another group. Thank you, Brian.
Oh, you doing a private chat, Brian?
Yeah,
It's one of those things where I say I just respond to one thing, hopefully just end the chat, and also everyone else decides to talk. So
yeah,
I'm just gonna keep myself on mute.
Is there any other? I didn't see any other trading rumors floating around though. I know it's early.
Well,
I've been hearing that Watson's been talking about. Well, the Vikings have been talking about getting Watson, but they're looking to trade to. Was it Washington? Do a trade with Washington first and then go after him, I think, or something like that. Some weird 3-team trade that's been talking the words the last few weeks, last week at least. But the only thing I've heard is the only other name I've really heard around is just Deshaun Watson. So we'll see what happens. But Texans say that they don't want to let him go.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not going to happen. I don't see them trading him. And there's another rumor out here. What has he got? Another quarterback for 49ers could be looking at a trade market too. Who's this?
49ers talking about going after Cousins. That's it.
Oh, God.
Your thoughts, Mike?
I might have to find a new team to root for.
Well, I thought that the hot rumor with the Niners was Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, that's always been a rumor because he's always wanted to play there, but I think they would have to give up the Green Bay would want too much.
Yeah, they're gonna.
Because the thing about it is you're gonna have to pay Rodgers that top tier money that he's getting paid already, and they're gonna be like, we want all your draft picks for the next 50 years, and it'll just
Well, the Cousins,
like, look,
the Cousins San Fran trade. That's why they're looking to put Cousins over there, create cap room, and then go after Watson after that. I think that's what I've been hearing, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
but then they're looking taking in Garoppolo, and then getting rid of Garoppolo. So I don't know how this is really gonna. It sounds a little more complicated than what it should be to me, but.
Well, at least on the Rams Stafford trade, the Rams come out better too because Stafford makes less than Goff.
Yeah.
So you're saving salary money right there.
Exactly. They are definitely they got the Rams. I think it feels like they might have overpaid, but you got to remember they already have what they feel is a championship team, and I think they think Stafford puts them in the Super Bowl.
Would you?
And they get to cut the salary cap down. So to them, they're thinking, if we're a Super Bowl contender with him for the next 2 years, we don't care if we don't have a first-round pick for the next 2 years. We'll pick up some extra pieces in the second and third round, call it a day.
Yeah.
And because we already got our championship team, we just needed a quarterback that was a little bit better to get us there. So I get it. I think they won in this trade.
Well, how about a Matt Ryan going to the 49ers trade?
I wouldn't mind that either.
That'd be cool because him and Shanahan have history.
Yeah.
But
they look pretty damn good together.
My curiosity is, did Clayton Kershaw offer to pay part of Stafford's salary because they're best friends? They grew up together.
Yeah, they should.
They did. They grew up together. There's pictures of them. They played soccer together, baseball together, football together. As a matter of fact, when they played football, Clayton Kershaw was the center and Stafford was quarterback.
Let's see what else they
got. Well, here's a question I've kind of had now too since the Stafford trade is, do you think that's going to be the level of where the rest of the trades are going to come into play at? Like,
yes.
Hey, our quarterback is better than Stafford, so I should be getting more out of this type thing, and whatnot.
Right.
That's kind of my curiosity is how this is really going to, play everything else out.
Right. So they said that if Watson goes to the Jets, which I hope he does, because the Jets suck.
Yeah.
But if Watson goes to the Jets, it's going to cost them Sam Darnold and 2 first-round picks.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it looks like Terry Bridgewater is also on the 49ers radar.
Teddy Bridgewater, he sucks.
Yeah. 49ers want to bring him in.
Teddy Bridgewater sucks.
Yeah. So San Francisco may put in a call to see about bringing him in. He probably
did he really suck though?
Huh?
Did he really suck? Because what I remember is they were so high on him in Minnesota until he got hurt. And then once he got hurt, they were like, we're not even going to wait to see if he gets better. We're just going to bring in Cousins.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they were really high on Teddy. They were like, Teddy was good. Yep. I thought Teddy had good numbers up until he got hurt, and then that was it. They just
Teddy he was Teddy, decent up here.
Teddy had a full year in Carolina. And what did he do?
0.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I wasn't paying attention that much then.
Yeah, I can pull up his stats.
Go ahead, Brian.
Brian.
Bridgewater was decent up here. Like, I mean, he wasn't like, the best quarterback that we've had, but I mean, people want him to start over. God, who was it at the time?
I forget who else you guys had.
Yeah.
Well, shit.
They all wanted Bridgewater in there before him. So
yeah, he threw for 3,700 yards, 15 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions. With a quarterback rating of 92.1. Bridgewater for the Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't do that well. But what was his numbers? But that was, I mean,
the year before. Yeah, I couldn't tell. I have to pull.
I don't know who he was with Minnesota, what his numbers were with Minnesota that last year before he got hurt.
He went to Carolina because he filled in for Drew Brees in New Orleans, and he filled in really well. But hell, if you've got Alvin Kamara, Mike Thomas, and all those weapons, I mean, you don't have to be great to give the ball to those guys.
Yeah. Well, let's see here.
True.
2014, he had 2,900 yards, 14 touchdowns. 2015, he had 3,200 yards, 14 touchdowns.
Yeah.
2020 in Carolina, he had 3,700 yards, 15 touchdowns. So he was about the same as he was in Minnesota.
Yeah, that's not that good.
Yeah, but Carolina, though, when they get close, you had Christian McCaffrey, and then you had Mike Davis fill in for him. And Mike Davis filled in great. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he did. He really did.
Yeah.
That's crazy that they got both those guys. I mean, he's no Christian McCaffrey, but
no.
But he did
Mike
good, real good.
Mike Davis was a stud.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What does
they got lucky because they can trade him now.
Yeah.
They can trade him for something really good.
Snoop Dogg thinks it's a good trade.
There you go, Snoop.
Snoop Dogg likes that trade. Is he still coaching?
I've always liked Stafford.
He's coaching still, isn't he? Is he still coaching his son? Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
I think his sons are in college now.
Oh, they're in college now?
Yeah.
I wonder if he was going to practice high as a kite. Smoke this before we start practice, son. Who else was on the trading block? Well, it looked like the Niners were really involved in just about every possible trade and rumor trade, I should say, on this list. It looks like they were looking for another quarterback. They want another
They are.
quarterback.
You know, Brian's boy Carson Wentz is available.
Here's the other guy.
Well, not officially available. From what I'm hearing is that he's going to be available, but I don't know. I haven't heard anything official yet.
I wouldn't mind Wentz. I wouldn't mind Wentz in San Francisco either.
I'm hoping that Wentz comes back to.
I think Wentz is good. I think he just needs. I think he just needs a change of scenery. I think he needs a change of scenery. I think he needs a new coach, and I think Shanahan could be a good coach for almost any quarterback.
Here's the other guy.
I just think Garoppolo's he just ain't got it to that level.
I mean,
which is weird because he looked like he did.
Yeah.
Well, the Patriots need a quarterback.
Yeah, that's true. I wonder if they're going to try to get somebody or pick someone up in the draft.
I don't think they're going to get much for Cam, though.
No.
They ain't going to get shit.
No, I think Cam just signed a 1-year deal.
Yeah, he's a 1-year deal, so he's floating around. He's going to be floating around. Somebody will pick him up. Somebody will pick him
up as a backup. He won't be a starter.
The Jets.
Look at Bob. Why?
Just because he's better than a nobody's for a backup.
Right.
Yeah, he's still a good.
He would be a top tier backup.
Yeah, he'd fit in somewhere. They
could use him like they kind of do over in the New Orleans with Jason Hill. Yeah, they could run some flea flickers and some what do they call that?
Yeah, he's still got
not shotgun offense. I forget what they call it, but
shot. Yeah, what is that called?
I forget what I'm trying. I forget what kind of.
In my opinion, okay.
I know you hate the guy.
In your humble opinion,
in my humble opinion, I think Cam Newton was the worst quarterback in the NFC East.
Yeah,
probably was.
Oh yeah, but like I said, I mean, he's still got speed. He still makes things happen. And
like I said, he's not better than any starter.
No, he's not better than any other starter that's out there.
I don't know if there's another quarterback that started this season that was worse than Cam Newton. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I just don't pay attention, but I can't think of one. Can you think of one?
No, I can't either. Numbers wise, no.
I'd take Tua. I'd take who else was over there in Miami? The old guy with the beard.
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Fitzpatrick too. I mean, think of another starter.
What's his name over in Philadelphia? He was better than. God damn it!
Yeah,
why can't I remember?
Because Cam Newton right now is one-dimensional, and if you stop him from running, he can't throw the ball. He can't. He's too big. He weighs 265. He's solid muscle. He's not built to be a passing quarterback.
I think he's built like a big tight end.
He's built like a freaking linebacker. Okay.
Yeah, he's built like a linebacker.
You've seen him with his shirt off. The dude is huge.
Yeah.
He's too big. Is he too tall to be a fullback?
No.
Jalen Hurts.
No, he could be.
I don't think his body. I don't think his body could sustain it. He'd get hurt.
I think he'd be one hell of a wide receiver if he fucking had good hands.
That's why I was thinking tight end if he could catch.
Yeah.
If he's that big, he's big. He's a big guy, and he's been pretty much.
I don't know if he can block though. I mean, like I said, I don't know if his body can take that.
But
I think he could block, but would he block?
Yeah, would he block?
Yeah, would he block? But I just don't know if his body could take the punishment.
That's it. Thank you, Aisa. Wildcat offense.
Wildcat offense. That's what it is.
Yeah, if you see him with his shirt off, man, he is pumped. He's huge.
Yeah, he's in really good shape. I mean, that's the thing.
Hey, what are you talking about? Jalen Hurts? What?
Jalen Hurts.
Oh, the Eagles quarterback.
Yeah, he was better than he was. That's for sure.
Yeah, he was better too. Hell
Cam Newton was a pro lifter.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I think he'd be.
That doesn't mean your body can take hits, though.
Right.
No, he's been pretty healthy. Now I think about it.
You can be as buff as you want.
Yeah, I mean he's stayed pretty healthy. He's played a lot of games, so I think he'd be a good
The reason
backup.
he lost his job is because he in Carolina is because he couldn't stay healthy.
Yeah, that's true. He might not want to have played there either.
No, I'm pretty sure. Didn't they let him go because he couldn't stay healthy?
Yeah.
You know, I think his downfall was when he lost the Super Bowl to the Broncos. After the game, he acted like a little bitch and wouldn't talk to anybody. And then after that, he was horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys, we can go. I was going to go into the Super Bowl 55, but I think we're going to go right into Bob's segment and let Bob do his thing. And you ready, Bobby?
I'm ready.
All right. Let me give you. Oh, do I have your bumper? I think I had to change your bumper. Did I?
We didn't use music.
Yeah, we didn't use music, but I don't see it here. Why is it not here? Well, we're just going to have to go into, God, where is your bumper? Oh, wait, there we go.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth.
Michael Jordan never beat Larry Bird.
4. I'm 230. I could take LeBron to the hole.
The only way you're taking
Bob,
LeBron
you
James
agree
to the
with me.
hole is if you know where the catfish are biting and you got the bait. All right. Second base is easier
I
though.
love these two.
Second base is easier.
I don't
played
think
both
it's-
positions. Second base is easier. Anybody else?
Bob,
the
you
pitcher.
could play first base.
Every ground ball in the infield goes to first base.
Yeah.
And you want your shittiest athlete at first base? I want to play you guys because I'm going to run all day long and kick your ass.
What do you know?
All right, Bob, the show is all yours, my friend.
All right, so this one, you guys should have been glad that you weren't here when I first read about this, because I was screaming and yelling because this just doesn't make any sense at all. Last week, maybe it was like 10 days ago, the women's national team played a friendly match against Colombia. So at the start of the match, they play the national anthem. Half the girls kneeled, and the other half stood up. Carli Lloyd was one of the girls who didn't take a knee. She stood there with her hand over her heart. And then you go on Twitter and you go on Instagram and Facebook, and they're ripping her a new one, calling her a racist because she stood for the national anthem. Okay? Now, first of all, Megan Rapinoe didn't stand up for her. Okay?
Yeah.
I can't stand Megan Rapinoe. The only time she's relevant is when they play the Ladies World Cup, okay? But when did it become wrong for a pro athlete to stand for the flag? When did that become racist?
Yeah.
Okay,
right.
when? I mean, that's how fucked up the society is now, where if you stand for the flag, you're racist.
Yeah.
Kiss my ass, call me racist all day long. Carli Lloyd did not deserve that.
No.
And if I'm Carli Lloyd, you know what I mean? I would just say, fuck it, I'm out. I'm not playing soccer again. I'll go be an analyst and make more money, because the girls playing soccer don't make that much money anyway because nobody fucking watches them. Because it's all based on revenue.
True.
Okay, so if I'm her, I just screw it up. I'm out. I'm going to be an analyst. Go ahead.
Yeah, I did a little research on that topic before we started the show, and it's funny because the team was fine with it. The team was fine with it.
Yeah.
Most of the players on the team were like, "Hey, we all have different feelings on this issue, but that doesn't mean we are not going to play together as a team." I was shocked. I read quote after quote after quote from every player on that team, and everybody was just like, "Hey, when it comes right down to it, we're going to play as a team when we're out there. What that person wants to do and what the other person wants to do that has nothing to do with what we do on the field." And I was happy to see that no one on the team attacked her for not kneeling. And that part of it I thought was pretty interesting. So all the beef must be coming from social media. So it's
Did
not
it make it anywhere besides social media? Did it make it onto like any major sports stations or anything, or sports news?
no, it's women's
I
soccer.
saw a little glimpse.
Well, I know,
on
but
ESPN.
still, that could, this story that she's getting bashed could make it
Right.
onto ESPN or Fox or something.
Yeah,
Well, that's the only place I saw it. Well, and I also saw it on YouTube.
yeah, it's on YouTube,
Yeah.
and now also about her as well. She has made a big decision here in the last couple of days, which I'm wondering if that had anything to do with what had happened here. Now she made a big change. She quit I think it's a Medford. It's an academy that teaches girls to play soccer. Now I can't find anything about why. She hasn't said anything of why she just all of a sudden quit and stepped away from there.
Or they fired her.
No, she quit. She quit. So I did a little digging and I couldn't. She posted it all over her social media that she's quitting and she's leaving, and this is kind of affecting that academy a lot because she's she's a big name associated with that academy,
And she didn't say any reason for why.
No, I looked everywhere, and she put this big, huge statement on Instagram and she put it on her Twitter, but she hasn't let anybody know why she's made this decision. So I don't know.
She didn't say anything like I made it for my own self.
Nope,
I wasn't fired
nothing.
or nothing like that.
No. So when Bob brought this up, I was like, I wonder if the two have something to do with each other. Maybe this academy was like, hey,
maybe this academy pushed her out.
Yeah, I said, hey, you should have done this. And maybe she just said, hey,
it's bad press, so we're going to let you go.
Yeah. So, yeah, I looked everywhere. And she states that she stepped away from that academy and she wants nothing to do with it. But like I said, I don't know. It was interesting. It was an interesting topic. So when I saw that name, I was just like, what could be going on? She is kind of like the girl next door.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to, she's the name that every little girl that plays soccer knows and wants to look up to. So when I saw that name and it was shocking.
Yeah, but right now, the only person you see from that team really out doing anything publicly is Megan Rapinoe. And, she's a very talented soccer player, but I just wish that it'd be her time to go. Because she's the only one who's really outspoken, okay?
Yeah.
And just, she's ruining the sport because, why do you, here's the deal about taking a stand when you're a public figure, okay?
Yeah.
It's like, why do you want to take a stand and piss off half your audience?
Yeah.
That's why, if you look at Gabriel Iglesias, Fluffy, he will not talk politics. He goes, because I got people from both sides who listen to me. I'm not picking a side because I like the money.
Yeah.
And you see what picking a side is doing for the NBA. When Tucker Carlson and AEW Wrestling get higher ratings than your games do, shut up. Quit pissing off the people who pay your bills.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just looking again on her Twitter. Yeah, I read the whole thing. It doesn't say, she doesn't state why she quit, but I'm assuming it has. I'm just assuming that it has something to do with what took place in Colombia during that game. So
yeah.
All right, Bob.
Next subject, Joel Imbeid. If you do not know who Joel Imbeid is the center for the Philadelphia 76ers. They were playing the LA Lakers, and I saw this on YouTube and ESPN. He got fouled by LeBron James, and he threw a big bitch fit because he thought it should have been a flagrant 2 and LeBron get tossed out of the game. They called it a flagrant 1, and then, he got a flagrant 1, take 2 shots, and then later in the game, he got a flagrant 1 himself by throwing the weakest elbow you'll ever see in your fucking life.
Yeah,
So this piqued my interest. So I went and found the call with the foul that LeBron did to him. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm watching the play, I'm watching the foul, and I'm shaking my head because Bill Lambier got away with worse that was never called a foul. All right, these pussies could not play in the 80s and 90s because they would because these guys get hit and they lay on the ground and they're like, call a morgue, because I'm dead. They barely get touched. Okay, I'm not a big LeBron fan, but I'm taking LeBron's side on this one, man. He barely
touched him.
And then Joe Embiid falls down like he got shot. Okay? And he's bitching, well, you should have called a flagrant 2. Why?
Yeah.
That's 80s and 90s basketball, man.
Yeah.
Why?
I thought I was watching European soccer when I saw that fucking fall to the ground. And then the play with the hand in the back. I mean, he played it all the way out. I mean, he was just like,
yeah, he did. I'm like, Jesus, there's a reason why. I don't know. I guess that's part of the reason why ratings could be down. I don't know.
Yeah.
But come on, man. You're barely getting touched. You're falling to the ground like you've been shot, and you're asking for a flagrant 2 on something that's Bill Lambier or Rick Mahorn or Kevin McHale would have got away with back in the day.
Yeah.
And there would have been no foul.
Yeah.
Now
his elbow was pretty nasty. His elbow was pretty nasty, though.
Yeah, but it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't too bad, but you can see he put a little extra into it. It wasn't like he was.
I think worse.
Yeah.
But it's just stupid to what they're doing to the league.
Yeah, I'm tempted to play it. But I know it's going to happen.
Probably shouldn't.
I know I want to play it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Yeah, but it was bad.
You guys have an opinion?
I think the NBA really needs to take a good look at their league. I think there's some changes that need to be done. I think they need to bring it back. I don't know, man. It's no longer fun to watch. I mean, it's just everything is in the corners of the game. There's nobody's driving to the hole. There's just everybody knows what's going to happen, and it's just like.
Right, but if somebody does drive to the hole, there's no one playing defense. There's no threat of getting blocked or anything like that.
Yeah. Well, when's it going to get to the point where they're going to start giving them pads?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they could change.
Maxi pads or a Kotex?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think we're all in agreement that politics, religion, and all that nonsense need to stay out of our sports. Now, I said it before. Look, hey, yes, LeBron James is a taxpayer. Yes, he is an American. Yes, he has an opinion. I'm not stating that, but I'm not gonna beef him on that, I should say. But it's just like there's a time and place.
Mm-hmm.
You're here to do one thing, and that's play basketball. Play basketball, man. What you do on your Instagram, what you do on your fucking Twitter, what you do on your YouTube channel, that's you. But when we have that 2-hour window, let us enjoy our sports. Right. Take this nonsense out of it because it's obvious. I don't understand why basketball is hurting so much in ratings when basically football is kind of doing the same thing in the beginning with Black Lives Matters and the politics and all that stuff, but their ratings are still up there. So I don't know. There's got to be something different happening basketball wise and football wise. I mean, what do you think is the difference there, Bob? Why is one hurting more than the other?
I think because the basketball players are more vocal.
You think they're more? Yeah. I was thinking the same thing. I was kind of thinking maybe, 85 to 90% of the time, those guys got their helmets on. So we don't see their faces. We don't associate unless you know a number, unless you're, and how many people really know a number? I mean, I don't. I know you do, and I know Mike does, and I'm sure Brian does, but I couldn't tell you who 57 is on the Dallas Cowboys. I couldn't, unless, I've really followed them religiously. Maybe that has something to do with it. You could see their face, you could see their reactions on their faces, And I don't know. I find it weird that football and basketball are both pretty much in the same boat as far as politics right now. But it seems like everyone is focused on hating the NBA more so than they are the NFL, because the NFL's numbers they're down, but not like they're not down as much as like it is in the NBA. I mean, there's got to be something, and both leagues are pretty well, what's the word? Pretty much black players run both leagues. I mean, there's,
I think the NFL learned their lesson the first week of the season when they had the Thursday night game where they had Kansas City and Houston play, and they allowed 17,000 fans in the stadium. And they all came out before the game and shook hands in a sign of unity, and the crowd booed them.
Yeah.
And I think what you saw there was NFL going, okay, number one, we can't do this again.
Yeah.
We're going to tone down our rhetoric. We're not going to show the national anthem on TV. We will start the games after the national anthem because we don't want people to see the players kneel, because now we know how our core fan base feels about this whole political issue.
Yeah. What do you think, Mike? What do you think separates the two? What do you think that NFL's numbers are still kind of where they were last year, and it's just hurting the NBA so much as far as rank? I mean,
honestly,
it's kind of weird, isn't it? It's kind of weird.
No, I'm not really surprised by it.
Are people just done with basketball?
Too many people just love football.
Yeah.
I mean, football could do anything and people would watch it, dude. Yeah. I mean, football is America's sport. I'm sorry. It's just, it is what it is. And, even if it's not my favorite sport or whatever, it's just too many people love. Dude, everybody loves football. Girls like watching football.
Yeah.
Name another sport that girls like watching more than football. NASCAR. They don't, even if they don't understand it. NASCAR. No, they don't know.
No, I'm just kidding.
Not basketball,
I don't know, Mike.
baseball, or anything.
I don't know, Mike. You
girls like watching.
Phoenix, and you
there's
see
a lot of NASCAR.
Races.
Yeah, there's a lot of NASCAR girls. But,
but are they there because?
But nationally, we're talking nationally, though, Bob. Nationally,
we're talking nationally. You see a bunch of redneck girls out there with their boyfriends and stuff and husbands and all that, but across the country.
Yeah, I can't.
Trust me, I love those NASCAR girls because they're hot rednecks. Yeah, I love them. But
I can't see the soccer mom saying, "Oh shit, it's Sunday, it's NASCAR." I can't see that.
My mom loves NASCAR, but that's because my dad does too.
Yeah.
For 11 years, we had season tickets to the Phoenix Raceway until my dad died.
Yeah.
So we had the same seats for 11 years. In front of us was two older Chinese ladies and their sons. And these ladies were there every year just like we were. They were diehard Tony Stewart fans. Okay? But you see, I mean, basically the NASCAR fans are 99% white, and I get it, okay? But you see you see the different age group, because when Danica was racing, there was a lot more girls there with Danica t-shirts on and stuff, which drew a lot more girls into the sport. Because and there's also what you don't see in all the other sports is NASCAR gives women a chance to compete alongside the men. True. Where you don't see that in other sports.
True. That is true. Yeah, guys that are watching, what are your guys' opinion? Why do you think the NBA is hurting more than the NFL? Basically the same. Go ahead, Brian.
NBA's been going downhill in viewership, not just within the last 6 months. It's been years now. They haven't had that star-studded, mentality. That the quickness of the game has slowed down. Like, it's not as fun to watch. Like, it's been going like that for a while, and now, like, I think it's just kind of hitting that point to where, like, there's no people in the stands. They're kind of putting them in this bubble now. You can't really go watch it. And, you've got different people doing things that they shouldn't. And kind of all that in combination is not really helping the sport at all.
Yeah, you know what? I think you're right there, Brian. I didn't think about that, but it is something that has been building up. And I think maybe this year I should say this year was the kind of like the last straw. It was just like enough. Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
plus
it's just
too, if you look at ticket prices, like
yeah.
the Warriors, who wants to go pay $150 a night for second deck seat? Okay,
Mike does.
Yeah, but that's
No.
because I'm a guy and I have the money.
Yeah, maybe once or twice a year you can afford to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I think that's where
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it even if I could afford to do it. I go and see a few games and that's it. Because
right, exactly. But that's the problem with baseball. Everyone's like, well, how do we make baseball more fun? How do we get more people interested in baseball? How do we get more kids interested in baseball? Have them put down their laptops, their iPods, all that shit. You want to get people interested in baseball again? Don't charge $100 a night per seat.
Yeah.
All right. You want to get people in the stands? All right. Lower your ticket prices where it's affordable for a family of 4 who's middle class who can go to 10 games a year. That's where you get your fan base back. Yeah. Because if you take the kids and they can go often enough, they're going to get into baseball.
Yeah.
But if you can only afford to take your family, you have a choice. $500. Do I want to blow $500 on utility bills and groceries, or I want to blow $500 on one baseball game once a year?
Yeah.
To take a family of 4.
What do you think is going to take place this year with baseball season in April? You think they're going to see what's going on in the NBA and the NFL and kind of stay away from that, or do you see them adopting some of it into their?
Baseball is fairly lucky because they don't have a whole lot of black guys playing baseball.
Yeah.
You know, they learned their lesson last year, okay?
Yeah, they did.
They didn't kneel for the flag. Before the game, they had the little black thing that they all knelt and touched. Okay, great. After that, nobody knelt for the national anthem anymore.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, baseball and what drives me crazy is people are saying, well, baseball's racist. No, baseball's not racist. Okay, you want to get more black kids involved in baseball? Okay, baseball now, if you want to be good, you got to travel all year round to be good at baseball.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, if you look, 40% of the players come from the Dominican Republic or the Caribbean. That's because they play every day because that's their ticket off the island.
Yeah,
that's why kids in New York, Chicago, Houston,
if
they're poor, they're playing basketball.
Yeah.
Because that's going to get them out of the ghetto is a basketball. That's all you need is a basketball.
Yeah. And
you can hone
practice
your individual skills. Okay. But you can't hone your individual skills in baseball. You need 8 other guys, but it's all tournaments now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Speaking as a baseball dad, it's very consuming as a parent to get your son even, to get to play at that level every week and the traveling, like JP, I remember JP just saying, "Hey Dad, can I just take a break? Can I not go to practice today? Can I just not go to this game?" And it's just like, it's time consuming. I mean, it's just, it's 3 to 4 days a week. And then your whole weekend when you're playing travel ball is your whole weekend. We're in San Diego, we're in freaking San Francisco, we're in LA. And it's a lot of work. And yeah, right. I mean, with baseball, you can't just throw a ball against the wall and hope it comes back at you because it's not going to happen. But with basketball, your dad puts up a hoop. You go out in your front yard. You practice your free throws. You practice your layups. You practice fucking rebounding. You could do all that on your own. So yeah. Well, Bob, what is that last topic of your? Now you still got, I think, 2 more, right? Or you got?
And I got 1 more, but I'm going to add one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay,
man.
So I read this article today in the Undefeated, and it just thoroughly pissed me off. They said that the future of football is the black quarterback. White quarterbacks are going to go to the wayside, and the future of the NFL is going to be black quarterbacks.
They've been
so being the asshole that I am, I went back through all the Super Bowls. Okay.
No!
There have only been 3 black quarterbacks win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Okay?
Doug Williams.
First one was Doug Williams in Super Bowl 22 with the Washington Redskins when they beat the Denver Broncos 42-10.
Oh.
Okay? Russell Wilson won a Super Bowl. Pat Mahomes won a Super Bowl. Russell Wilson and Pat Mahomes, look, I hate to tell the Black Lives Matter movement and all those people, those kids are half white. All right? I'm sorry.
Are they both? Are they both half white?
Those guys, yeah, Russell Wilson's mom is white. Patrick Mahomes' mom is white.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Look at Patrick Mahomes' dad.
No, I knew they were light-skinned brothers, but I didn't know that they had their moms were white.
Pat Mahomes, his dad, Pat Mahomes, who played for the Philadelphia Phillies, who's a pitcher, he is dark as night, and if he closed his eyes and shut his mouth with no moon, you couldn't see him.
Yeah.
That's how dark he is.
Yeah. Well, I think it's, I don't know. Maybe we've got.
Is it weird to say no? Is it weird to say that I think Pat Mahomes is a good-looking kid?
Yeah,
he is.
It's fine. You could say.
I
can say that.
I'm saying from like a guy perspective.
But you can say that.
I don't want you guys making fun of me.
No, because you're confident in your sexuality, dude. If people that are confident in their sexuality can say another man is attractive, I mean, you don't have to worry about.
Yeah, he's a good looking guy.
But
I think he's cool too. Like his personality, I think he comes off as a humble, really hardworking, just fun guy that loves to play the game.
Yeah, I think it's got to come to, I don't know when, maybe 5 fucking years from now or 10 or 20. We just need to just take that whole thing out and just fucking, hey, this guy, it doesn't matter if he's black, white, Latino, he's fucking talented, period. That's it. It shouldn't have to be the white quarterback. It shouldn't be the black quarterback. It shouldn't be the Dominican baseball player. It should be this guy is fucking talented. Period.
Right.
End of discussion. It shouldn't be, I don't know why. Well, obviously we know why. It's for ratings. They ESPN, the newspapers, social media, they want the clicks. They want people coming and downloading news articles and stuff like that. But it's got to be a time, hopefully soon before, and I don't think in our lifetime, Bob, but maybe, I don't know, maybe these guys' lifetime, but where we just stop saying the black quarterback or the white quarterback or the.
All right. Before Barack Obama became president, nobody cared what color they were. They were players. They were football players. They were baseball players. They were basketball players. Nobody really gave a shit, okay? Yeah. Nobody said Tim Duncan is this great black basketball player. No, they said Tim Duncan's a great player.
Yeah, he's a great player.
Dirk Nowitzki was a great player. Dirk Nowitzki wasn't a great white player, okay? Yeah. At some point, the bullshit's got to stop and let us fans just going back to appreciate the athlete playing the game.
Thank you. I'm going to give you an applause for that.
The thing is I was just talking with my buddy and his father-in-law today, and we were saying, me and my buddy were saying, because he's like just a year older or two than me, and we were saying that if it wasn't for the media and social media in the older generation, older than us, racism and like would have almost pretty much died with my generation, because I feel like I get your guys' generation. It wasn't as terrible in your older years and stuff, even sometimes when you were younger. But my generation, at school and high school and stuff like that, none of that. There's none of that crap going on.
Yeah,
not at all. I mean, we didn't see each other as white, black, Mexican.
I think
we didn't see none of that. We were all friends, all hanging out. Everybody. I mean, some people went with their group. Sometimes there would be white kids hanging out, black kids hanging out, Mexican kids hanging out. But as a whole, we didn't give no craps. There was never none of that. I never dealt with that in high school. I had two of my best friends were black in high school, and they never dealt with that from anybody that we were around. Yeah. It would have really started. It got less and less in the generations, and it could have almost died with ours. And now it's worse. It's like you said, Barack Obama set us back 20 years in race relations.
He did,
plain and simple, which is crazy because you would have think it should have went the other way.
Yeah.
So
no, but it is. I grew up as a kid. Sad. I grew up on a military base. I had black friends,
Yeah.
Mexican friends, Hawaiian friends. I had Asian friends because our dads all had the same job. Okay, we all, they're all in the Army together. We
Yeah.
played sports together. We hung out together. Everybody was friends, and there was none of this. Although my next door neighbor was from Arkansas, that sumbitch was racist. Okay, I will give him that. Mr. Ritchie was racist, and his daughter in 9th grade was dating a black kid, and he didn't find out about it because I saw her one day. I said, "Hey, I saw you and Doug," and she's like doing this.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I got you.
Shut
Because
up.
I know who your dad is. And there are places back in the South,
Yeah, it's
in
gonna be.
Arkansas, and places like that. There are areas where it's
there
still
are.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
father and I.
But for Mike
were-
to say what he's saying, though, Bob, is pretty impressive because he grew up in the Stockton area. So
Absolutely.
coming from the Stockton
Oh
area.
yeah, and we're a third. It's almost equally split. It's literally like the population is a third white, a third Mexican, and a third black.
Yeah.
It is, and that's why I had a lot of, like I said, a lot of people, a lot of my close friends that I grew up with were black. Some of my best friends through high school, and it was just, but we didn't. I mean, we didn't even talk about it.
Yeah.
It didn't get talked about because it didn't matter. But that's the problem, is people think, oh, don't forget the past. We can't forget what they did and all this stuff. And I'm like, that's the only way we're going to get past it. It's like Morgan Freeman said.
Yeah, but see,
stop calling me a black man and I'll stop calling you a white man.
See, me and Bob's generation grew up saying the past is the past. So we grew up learning that saying. So we would put things.
You guys had to say that. We didn't even have to say that.
You didn't have to say it.
Because we were like, there's no reason to even talk about that.
No.
I never, as a kid though, my whole life, the entire life until, like I said, Brock Baum got enough, I never thought about it. They're just people. They're our friends. We all sat, the best teacher, one of the best teachers I've ever had in my life was my 5th grade teacher, Mrs. Bray. She was an old black lady from North Carolina. And she was a great teacher. She called us all young people, didn't want to call us children. But she was harder on the black kids than she was on the white kids because she didn't want to see them be lazy and just skate through it with C's and D's and stuff. Black History Month, I got an A. Okay, we studied everybody in Black history. I got an A because I love history. I love to see the progress, how we became about to be the best nation in the whole world. She was harder on on the black kids because she wanted them to understand. Okay, don't make excuses. You can change everything yourself. You're in charge of your life, of your being.
Yeah.
There's no reason to make excuses for the color of your skin or anything else like that. We need more people like Mrs. Bray teaching the world than we do all these people in the Congress and stuff who still think black people are oppressed. And again, if you want racial equality in America, give white people 50% of the NBA and 50% of the NFL. All right?
That's not. All right, Bob, what is the extra one that you added to what's bothering Bob?
Chris Carter's a fucking idiot.
I knew it.
Did you see what he said?
No. What'd he say? That's so funny because I was actually just talking about Chris Carter to my brother-in-law the other night.
He was talking about that the last play of the first half against Green Bay where Scotty Miller caught that long bomb.
Yeah.
And he said the reason why white receivers are this talented and this good is because the black defensive players don't play them very tight. He said if that had been a black wide receiver, he wouldn't have caught the ball because the defensive back wouldn't have gave up on him because the defensive back didn't think Scotty Miller was that fast. And he said white guys get a break playing wide receiver because no one takes them seriously.
Oh, that's so ridiculous.
Oh, come on. Did
Seriously?
he say it like in an interview or
Yes.
He tweet with who?
Chris Carter, hold on here. I saw it on YouTube.
I was going to say, because I hope the person he was talking with was like, are you serious?
Yeah.
Or
Was
did
that
they
on-
agree?
was
Did
that
they
on-
agree with him?
Was that on First Take, Bob?
No.
Could have been. I'm not sure, but we'll find out. Chris Carter, Scotty Miller.
Yeah, it was on Fox Sports 1, I think.
Yeah.
And who was he talking with? Who's the interviewer?
You know what? I'm gonna have to play this real quick, but no, there's like 2 or 3 things on YouTube right here. It says Chris Carter not impressed with Bucs receiver Scotty Miller's touchdown because the DB didn't cover him because he didn't think white people were that fast. And then he said white receivers aren't.
That is such a stupid thing to say.
Yeah, it is.
It's just idiotic. You're just being stupid at that point. You're just being dumb. Nobody thinks that. No rational person would ever say that. Like, really? That's why I was saying, was he on, like, who was he on an interview with? Because I want to say, I hope that if he was on with somebody like Skip or Stephen A. Smith, that they would be like, you're kidding, right? Like,
the defensive
because that's just stupid.
Allowed Scotty Miller to catch the ball because he is black.
Yeah, hold on. Let me get past John Matrix here, and he will tell us what Chris Carter said, how he said it.
Oh my gosh, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
I think that's going to change the mentality of some people, though, like how they cover and everything now, too. Like,
no,
if you say something like that,
because I guarantee you all those corners are like, you're stupid,
right?
Yeah, I guarantee. Especially
Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, it was on ESPN.
Yeah.
With who?
It was on
Who was the interviewer?
ESPN analyst and Hall of Famer Chris Carter made a case on Tuesday about why white NFL wide receivers don't get recognition as their non-white counterparts. Doesn't say what show he was.
That is more down talking black safeties and black corners.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was on Mike and Mike.
You're saying they're too stupid to know that Scotty Miller or any other white guy can run fast. You actually think that that's how that they don't take their job seriously enough that they're going to cover that guy, and they think, what do you think, that was the first play that they had to cover Scotty?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Come on, Scotty's been in the league. Everybody knows how fast Scotty is.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's ignorant.
Yeah, it's stupid.
You got Julian Edelman, okay? You got Cole Beasley, you got Travis Kelce, and basically all these guys are good because the black defensive players don't respect them enough because they think they're slow and stuff.
Because they don't know how fast they are because they don't play against them?
No, God!
No.
That's why I was saying I wonder
Chris Carter is an idiot.
If he was talking with somebody, because I would have hoped they would have been like, I can't believe you just
Let's
said
say
that.
it all together. Chris Carter is an idiot.
I'm trying to figure out. For making that statement, he is.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I can agree with that. But
not in general, but just for making that statement, hell yes.
Oh, it says
Wait,
here,
okay, so
according to the Sports Grid, there were 185 wide receivers on the NFL roster last season, and 17 were white. 2, the Packers, Jody Nelson, and the Patriots, Julian Edelman, were among the top 10 in receptions, 98 and 92 representatively. Nelson's
that 200 last year.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. He had 98.
When was that report done? Because Jordy Nelson hasn't played in Green Bay in like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, I'm just reading what they got here, and this is about this show. So they're talking about what he said.
Mm-hmm.
And they're saying, let's see here. We're among the top 10 in receptions, 98 and 92 representatively. Nelson's 215 season ended before it started. He suffered an ACL in August. Edelman will be out for 6 to 8 weeks, breaking his foot last Sunday. So I don't know when this article was done. Still is no reason. Yeah. Yeah, they're actually saying he's an idiot. So wow, that stat is kind of mind-boggling, isn't it, though? The 185 wide receivers on NFL rosters last season, and 17 were white. Wow.
That was in, like I said, that had to be a 2015 or 2016 article.
Wow.
Yeah. And
That's
Scotty,
insane.
this is Scotty's second year in the league. So it's like you're really telling me that this guy didn't do his due diligence. The defensive coordinator, the cornerbacks, the safeties, they have no idea that Scotty Miller is a fast little white boy.
Right.
You're stupid. You're dumb. Stay in your lane. Talk about basketball because you clearly don't know about football. and you're pretty much that's you talking shit about the corners and the safeties. That's what that is. So if I was a corner and a safety, I would be pissed at him for saying that. You're saying I don't take my job seriously. You're saying I don't know my job and I can't do it.
Yeah, even here they say white or black. Julian Edelman is one of the best NFL wideouts ever.
He was.
He was.
But it's rhetoric like this, and it's stupid statements like this that turn off the guys who go to the games. I mean, look, if you want to end racism, right? Let's treat racism like a football stadium, all right? Everybody who puts on the same color jersey, white, black, green, purple, gay, lesbian, binary, whatever you want to call yourself, everyone with the same color jersey with the team scores, they're hugging the guy closest to them or the girl closest to them.
Yeah.
All right? There ain't no racism at a football game. We're all Kansas City Chiefs fans. We're all Niner fans. It doesn't matter. As long as you got on the same jersey, we're all together in this.
Yeah. Yeah. Brian, you're up, buddy. I put in a special segment just for you so you can talk about WrestleMania. The Royal Rumble last night. Brian got me. I have not watched wrestling in at least, I'm going to say, I was thought about this last night, but it's been at least 5-6 years since the last match I've ever watched on TV. And Brian got me to watch the Royal Rumble last night. And I kind of got excited. I actually dreamed wrestling. Thanks to you. The nonsense is even way over the top than it was that I remembered. And it was wild watching that first fight and going through that whole arena. I was just like, I had to ask Brian and Bob, what the fuck is going on here, dude? Go ahead.
Yeah, so last night was Royal Rumble, and that's one of their top favorite. That's in one of their top 5 pay-per-views throughout the entire year. It's interlinked with WrestleMania, so the winners of the Rumbles face off the champions at WrestleMania. It's kind of how that plays together. Anyways, so I kind of watch these. The way wrestling goes is they usually do like 2 pay-per-views a month, one for like the NXT and one for like their brand name. I don't really watch them all just because it kind of gets monotonous after a while, but the big ones are the fun are the ones to watch. Royal Rumble is one of them. It's been a staple for quite a long time. What was that? 80? Was it 81? Was the first one? 80?
I remember. No, I think it was closer to 85.
85? It'd be around there, yeah, because they had first Rumble was really interesting the way and the transition as to what it is now. But I mean, it was fun to watch everything last night. I mean, you had like Drew McIntyre and Goldberg was back last night for a while. He didn't put on a great match, but it was kind of fun to watch. It was more of a passing of the torch more than anything else. Mm-hmm. His match was, and then you had Sasha Banks Carmella, that one wasn't. It was okay. Me and Bob both thought that Sasha Banks actually got injured in that match. She hit her head pretty hard, but I couldn't really find anything on that at all. But just the way it looked, landing looked bad. Yeah, the landing looked actually really, really bad.
Mike, you missed out.
What?
You missed out, Mike. You missed out last night. That was exciting.
Now, it looked like she got a concussion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was.
But I didn't read anything on it yet. So,
is it going to make the sports news? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But
Sasha Banks is Snoop Dogg's cousin.
Yeah, I'm gonna admit it. I got excited. I can see me kind of going back to watching wrestling. Now I don't know if it's just because of the current COVID situation that they didn't have like all the talking like they used to, because that's one of the reasons I kind of stopped watching wrestling is because it seemed like it was just the theatrics before the wrestling fight just got to the point where it's just like, come on, just get in the goddamn ring and fight.
Right? Yeah, they actually they do quite a bit of talking still.
I still do.
Yep. They just don't have any fans. They keep all the wrestlers close to each other. And because if one gets it, then it kind of spreads out through everybody else too. But they kind of keep them kind of like the NBA does in like their own little bubble a bit more. So I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I don't think they're not going to. I don't think they're going to get rid of promos. It's just that's the way they have to.
No, I mean it's fine. It's fine, but it's like I grew up in the 80s and maybe it was just the personalities that they used in the 80s with Mean Gene Green, whatever his fucking name was. Yeah, and I mean just the way they did it and it seemed like it was pretty much like it was basically like 3, 4, 5 minutes, boom, 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 and then right to the action. It just seems like now it's just like this 10-minute, I don't
scripted little spiel is what it is.
Yeah, I think once you start stretching it out like that, it gets to the point where it's kind of scripted. It feels scripted, and I think maybe like in the 80s, like when me and Bob were watching it, I mean, there wasn't a lot of talk. I mean, if someone started talking, it seemed like, and Bob will probably agree with me, but if Hulk was talking to Mean Gene Green, whatever his name was, like within 2 minutes, somebody was coming up behind the Hulk and hitting him over the head with something, and then the fight started. You know what I mean? Now it just seems like there wasn't a lot of talk involved. It was just like, fuck you, I'm coming in there, and it was just like, go.
Well, back in the day, they didn't have. So I keep talking about like the whole scripted thing. Back in the day, like what they did is they just interviewed them, pretty much just let them do whatever they wanted. And a lot of the interviews some weren't bad and some were just really crappy. And so nowadays, what they do is they actually have them practice a script before they go out there, and they have to stay on like the script. And otherwise, because if they don't, then they get yelled at. So that's that's why the promos actually get longer now. It's because they actually have to go out there and actually talk about.
Yeah, but it seemed like maybe to me, it's just the personalities of the wrestlers back in the 80s just seemed to be just funner.
Yeah,
Macho Man, you had Hulk, you had Animal, you had Undertaker,
Ric
Flair. You had those guys. They just had some really good personalities. They got good characters, and who knows? Maybe they were kind of going, just adding their own flair to it, not scripting anything. But it just seemed like to me, they didn't spend a lot of time talking. It was just like I said, somebody would be talking, and then somebody would always seem like they were sneaking in. They would show the camera. They would show the camera, the guy kind of sneaking in the background, with the chair in his hand or something.
Always reminded me of like those cartoons where like there's always somebody sneaking behind him, and they would never hear him until it's just too late, and they were actually right in front of their face, like all the time.
And I remember as a little kid just going, no, turn around, turn around. And it was I don't know. Maybe it's just, that, it can only do so many characters. I mean,
if you go to like the live events, it's actually a lot more interesting because, that the whole crowd will say, turn around, and the wrestler will actually stop and like look at them and put their ear up like, what? Kind of like pretend like they don't hear him.
Yeah.
It's pretty comical actually. Not
Mike,
gonna lie.
give me a story from back in your wrestling days that you remember, a fight that you remember watching that just, you enjoyed watching. Everybody's got a wrestling.
No. I don't have a specific fight, but I had wrestlers that I loved to watch fight. When I first was real young, obviously The Rock was huge. Triple H was the villain, so I didn't like him.
You didn't like Triple H?
I liked Undertaker just because he was cool with his intro and just how he was mysterious. And the same thing with Kane. His intro song was cool. But as far as wrestlers, I liked Chris Benoit. I liked Rey Mysterio just because like he'd be flinging around the ropes and all that stuff. I liked Shawn Michaels because I liked his special, the Sweet Chin Music. I always, as a kid, I really thought that was cool. I think those were pretty much like my top guys. It was, probably Rey Mysterio, Chris Benoit, and Shawn Michaels were three of my favorite guys. Were probably my three top favorite guys after The Rock left.
Now you grew up with brothers, right? Did you ever? I got a great.
Oh yeah, we messed around a little bit. I mean, me and my older brother would a little. My older brother was several. He's not significantly, but he's older than me by, I don't know, 5-6 years. And then my younger brother, I'd get in trouble for beating up on him because he'd just go cry to my mom because there's 4 years in between us.
Yeah.
So, but we always used to mess around, and more with my friends. We would try to do wrestling moves and stuff like that.
Did you try any of that shit on your buddies and your brothers? You have brothers? I don't know if you have brothers.
No, I got no brothers. But so when I was younger, I used to have they used to have like these little like dolls that you could buy, like little they were like pillow dolls, and they were like the actual like guy.
I'll be right back.
I had like the Hulk Hogan one, and I actually had a set of bunk beds, and they used to be on top of each other. And so when I was able to move them across the room from each other, I would actually jump from one bed to the other and act like it was a ring. It was actually that's one of the things I used to do when I was like really young. I don't know how old I was, 6 to 10, give or take, who knows, but that's what I used to do, since I didn't have any brothers to wrestle around with or play around with or anything else. So
did you have any siblings?
I have one sister.
Oh, okay.
Older sister.
How much older?
She's 2 years, 2.5.
Oh, okay. Where does she live?
Same town.
Oh, okay.
I got a great wrestling story.
You went and got something, didn't you?
No, yeah, I got something, but there's something else. But
okay.
Mike knows Eli. Mike knows my nephew Eli. Well, Eli was a lot younger than Zaya. Zaya's his older brother, and those two were so into wrestling. So I used to babysit them when they were little, and we would watch wrestling. And then one night they came back from Friday. They went out to dinner on Friday, and they came back, and I left. And after they came into the house, and then I get a phone call to come over there because Eli hurt his leg because Zaya figured out how to do the figure 4 leg lock. And he had Eli in his leg lock. He almost broke his leg, dude. I remember Joanne, his mom, she got so mad. She was like, okay, that's it. No more wrestling. And Eli, Eli was a little kid. He was tiny. And Zaya was a lot bigger than he was, but Zaya had that move locked down. I mean, she said that he wasn't going to let go. But here you go. You ready for this, guys? I should wait for Bob. Bob will get a kick out of this. We'll wait for Bob to come back, and I'll go into this back. Oh, there he is. Okay, here you guys. You ready? You ready for this, Bob? This is my collection. Right? This is my collection. It doesn't stop.
See, how come we didn't like create a belt for like the fantasy football thing? Should have did that instead.
Wait, there's more.
Oh God.
There's more.
Damn.
Hold on. Another one. And the last one. There's a whole bag full of these fucking belts.
Jeez.
You guys want belts? I got belts, bitches.
Okay, so I had to chase my dog down, but anyway,
give us your wrestling story,
you
Bob.
were talking about the Macho Man and all the guys in the 80s and stuff. In the 80s and in the start of the 90s, they had more gimmicks for wrestlers. Because you had the Repo guy, you had Papa Shango, you had the Godfather, you had IRS, you had Goldust. I mean, everyone was playing a character where pretty much now nobody's playing a character. It's just who they are.
Yeah.
Yep. It's their personality now instead.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just think it's I don't know. Maybe they should just kind of stop scripting it. Let the guys go off the wing, show their personalities a little bit. I think that's maybe was a little bit of the difference in the 80s where the guys got to just kind of showcase their personalities plus their characters. And now it's like Brian says, it's pretty much scripted. These guys got to stick to a script. They got to practice it. And it seems more like it's not so real. You know what I mean? Where the guy in the 80s. Go ahead, Bob.
I like it now because there's a lot more moves and there's a lot more athleticism now than there used to be, man. These guys are doing moves and stuff that, like, you're just amazed how these guys don't wind up in back traction every night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I'm not talking about the scripted part in the ring, Bob. I'm talking about the verbal part, and that needs. I think maybe they should let those guys just, speak from their gut. Just let it come out like they did in the 80s. It wasn't scripted. What happens in the ring, that's fine. That's got to be scripted and stuck to. But I mean, just as far as the way they it just seems like it's just too long-winded for one and too robotic.
Yeah. We need more like guys like Ric Flair and Dusty Rhodes and Arn Anderson. Those guys could like give a 2-minute promo, man, and just get everything out. And it was awesome to hear, man.
Yeah,
especially Ric Flair called his dick Space Mountain.
Yeah, Space
Mountain. Okay? so he's walking out to do an interview with Gordon Soley one time, and this kid yells at him, and Ric Flair just turns around and says, "Hey, fat boy, your mom rode Space Mountain last night."
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. I think I kind of stopped like early 90s. Yeah, like 90, 91. I was like, all right, this is enough of this. I was kind of done. But growing up, I remember the first fight Hulk Hogan was in. It was we were in South Philly, and I tell the story all the time, but I've never seen my grandmother blush ever. I mean, she's an old Italian lady, and she took one look at Hulk Hogan, and she was just like, okay, And I forget what his name was, Hollywood something. I don't.
Oh, that was Hollywood Hulk Hogan, but you were probably talking about.
Yeah, this was back in late 70s, 78, 77.
So was he a bad guy at that time with Freddie Blassie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. His very first fight. And because we used to watch wrestling, I wish I can remember if it was Sunday night or Monday night, but we would go across the street to another Italian family's house in South Philly. And we would there would be like 20 of us watching wrestling. And I just remembered my grandmother when he came out. And she was just like, she turned red. I've never seen my grandmother blush. And she just, from that day on, she just loved that guy. That was her guy. She didn't care if he was good or bad guy. She just like, wow. She's like, that's a lot of man right there. Yeah. And I was trying to remember, like back then, even I can't really kind of put a guy that I really liked back then. I mean, you guys can. I mean, Mike said he could pin down the one guy he really enjoyed watching wrestling. Can you, Bob? You pick that one guy in all the generations that you have been watching wrestling. You had that one guy that it's your Larry Bird of wrestling.
The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
I'd have to pick Stone Cold, actually, to be honest.
Yeah,
Stone Cold.
Well, Stone Cold actually revived the WWE because they were floundering because WCW was kicking their ass. Yeah. When Stone Cold just decided to be that badass persona and go from bad guy to good guy, Stone Cold basically was the good guy wearing the black cowboy hat coming to the ring, and he was the anti-hero that everybody loved.
He was the screw the system guy.
Yeah.
He
Now that
was
I
the
actually think about it, yeah. I'm going to have to say the Ultimate Warrior. I really enjoyed it. And plus, he finally beat Hulk Hogan, and I thought that was a great thing. Yeah.
See, me and Bob were talking about that a little bit. Like we kind of agreed that we both liked him, but then we realized he was crazy afterwards.
Yeah, whatever happened. Didn't he hurt himself really bad?
Oh, he passed away.
He's dead.
Yeah, he's dead. But did he kind of hurt himself, right? Didn't he get injured?
He had a heart attack.
Well, yeah. Well, no, but he left the WWE and went to WCW when right before WCW folded, and him and Sting were together for a couple matches, and then he just kind of drifted away.
Yeah.
And then when he came into the Hall of Fame, he had like a heart attack like the day after the Hall of Fame induction.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing too. That's what I felt. I mean, it was rampant in the 80s in all sports, but it was pretty well documented. The steroid use in wrestling was just pretty out. It was pretty bad. And it's sad to see that a lot of those guys did die from steroid use. Just horrible. But I used to, I remember, I don't know. I just remembered like all the blood and gore. I know it like today they're not cutting themselves. They're not doing any of that stuff that they used to do in the 80s. And I don't know if it's just not as exciting to me to see, George the Animal Steel ripping the buckle off and he would always bite it, right, Bob? He would always bite it first and then
his green tongue.
Or like Abdullah the Butcher.
Yeah.
I love that little bit.
Yeah, it was just, and then I saw that, I think it was, I don't know when you two guys probably remember, but there was a documentary that came out and they were talking about how they would hide the razor blades under the mat and how they cut themselves properly so they, they would bleed. And when I think I saw that, it kind of took that childhood thing away from me. Yeah, and I think that's when I kind of just like, okay,
what was that movie that what's his name did where he was a wrestler? It was a rough movie.
Oh, Mickey Rourke.
Yeah,
that was really good.
That was called The Wrestler. That was a super good movie, but that was rough.
Yeah, that was rough.
That was like backyard wrestling.
but for 80% of those guys, that's what they went through, right?
Yeah.
Because when you're up and coming, and so you got to go from territory to territory, but then you get popular real quick, and then once your popularity fades, you're back on the minor circuit again. People still think you're a hero and stuff, but you're still sleeping in your van and things like that. Tony Atlas, they did a special on Tony Atlas, and he wound up shooting heroin and stuff, and he was just, he was almost dead, and then Vince found him and brought him back and called him Simba Samba or something like that for a year, so Tony could get straight. But Tony still does matches, but he has to, but he's not living high on the hog.
You'd have to give Vince McMahon some credit. He put that together. He got that to where it is today, and I think without him, I don't think wrestling is as big as it is today.
No, absolutely not.
It all depends on who you
talk to. That next level. He took it to that next level.
If you talk to the people in the South, Vince McMahon ruined wrestling when he pulled the curtain back and showed everybody it was fake. Because the kids growing up watching NWA the NWA, Georgia Championship Wrestling, WCW, as a kid, I thought the shit was real, man.
Yeah.
And then Vince pulls the curtain back saying, no, it's not real, it's all scripted. He kind of killed it for a while, but he was the one who put wrestling in the mainstream
spotlight.
Yeah. He built the WWE, put it on TV all the time, got cartoons. Vince McMahon, he grew the bubble so big, but then his ego wouldn't let the wrestlers be more famous than him.
Yeah.
So he had to pull the curtain back and said, look, no, it's all scripted.
Yeah.
It's all
he was a hell of a wrestler too. I remember watching his fights too growing up. He was a hell of a wrestler himself. No?
He wasn't great. He
wasn't great. Who was the guy that was the Olympian? That was the Olympian.
Oh, Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, enough wrestling. There you go, Brian. You got your wrestling segment in there. Give it to him. Mike, you have to come up with Mike, you got to come up with something, man. I know you can come up with something. I want you to do a Warriors talk. Warriors, you watch the games. Give us a Warriors talk once a week. Throw out some hate. There, see what I'm saying? You're watching the game right now.
I record every game.
Raise the hands. Raise the hands. Who says Mike should give us a Warrior of the Week segment every week, every Monday?
Sure.
Yeah, there we go.
Hey, Bob Fitzgerald still calling Warriors games?
I think on just the radio, right?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's just the radio.
Yeah, just the radio.
I forget. God, what are their names? I forget the guys' names that do it.
Greg
Papa?
Greg
No.
Papa? No, Greg something else. He was I don't know. I can't remember his name. It wasn't Greg.
I forget the guys' names that call
Jerry
the games.
Jerry Radnich, but he's the news guy. He does news. I don't
Oh no,
think
Jerry Radnich is retired.
Yeah, he's retired. I can't remember all those guys, but they used to have the radio guys. Was it's that kid that came in the late 2000s, right? He's doing it. I can't remember his name though, but he took over.
I'll tell you who the best, one of the best analysts, and he's a great talk show host because he gets it. He was a player. Is Tom Tolbert. I used to love listening to Tom Tolbert.
I love Tom Tolbert, man. He tells it like it is. I used to love his show because he'd go everywhere with his show. I mean, he would talk wrestling. He is a huge wrestling nut.
Who did you ask me, Bob?
Bob Fitzgerald?
Yeah, Bob Fitzgerald is the guy that does it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, no, because he disappeared from KNBR about 3 years ago, just overnight.
No, yeah. Bob Fitzgerald calls the games. I'm just trying to think of the name of the other guy.
Yeah, Bob Fitzgerald. Yeah, the other guy. Yeah, the other guy had
he's a young black guy, and I can't remember his name.
Okay, I have no idea who it is.
Yeah, he used to do the show. Bob, that guy used to do the show with Tolbert. They used to do a show together, and then Tolbert.
No, not Rod Brooks.
Yeah, it's Rod Brooks.
No, Rod Brooks does not call basketball games.
He doesn't? I thought he was calling them with
No, he does football, but he's like a sideline reporter.
Sideline reporter. Okay. I thought maybe it was him.
No.
Yeah. Well, let's get to Super Bowl talk, guys. Brian, how are we going to do this? Are you gonna put up a chart? Are you going to do your chart thingy, Brian?
Well, how do you with the flux capacitor carry the two changing its atomic isotoner into a radioactive spider? Fuck you, science.
Fuck you, science. And okay, let's make this a challenge. Let's see who can pick the winner. Let's break it down okay.
Sorry, hold on. This is who it is. Jim is on the radio.
On the radio.
Jim does the radio, but but Bob does it with Kalina Azubuike.
Oh, okay.
That's who that's who the other guy is that does it with him.
Okay.
And they're both pretty good.
Yeah. Let's do it kind of like Vegas for us. So let's do the whole thing. I don't know, pull like maybe their thing. Let's do the coin toss. Let's do who gets quarterback rate.
I'm sorry, guys. I got to step away for a couple minutes.
Go ahead. We're going
to try to go without me.
Yeah, we're going to try to figure out how to do this so we can kind of make it a competition between us guys. But what do you think, Bob? Like coin, like the gambling in Vegas, and we could do something like that where passing yards, who's going to have the most passing yards, who's going to have the most receptions, who has the most touchdowns, who scores first. You want to do something like that, Bob?
There you go. Well, here's all the prop bets, okay?
Yeah, prop bets. That's it. Thanks.
I'm looking for the prop bets right now. They don't have them on here. But we can do that. I mean, first let's start with the let's just start with the point spread.
Yeah, we'll
right
do the
now,
point.
Kansas City is favored by 3 points.
3 points. There we go. And then we'll do
and the over-under is 56.5.
56 points. God, that's high. I think it's going to come down.
Okay, Brian. So the next thing we'll do is
coin toss. Right? Because that's the big one. Who wins the coin toss?
No. Got to go first. Let me know when you're ready, Brian.
Oh, okay. Oh, I was just breaking down all the bets that we're going to do.
Yeah,
Bob.
Hold on.
Yeah, okay. Big vape. Want to see me disappear, Bob?
Brian, your mic is muted.
Yeah, he mutes himself.
I can see
the points. The spread was Chiefs Bucks.
Spread was Chiefs -3.
Okay. And what did you say the line was?
56.5.
God damn, that's high. I know both teams are going to score a lot, but that seems high for a Super Bowl.
Okay, so do you want to do the next bet, Brian? Let me know when you're ready.
Yeah. Just give me a second.
Just do another chart for prop bets, Mike. Brian.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
doing.
just put prop bets. Okay, let me know when you're ready.
Okay, I got that one set up. And okay.
National anthem.
The length.
Over under is 2 minutes and 10 seconds. That's what the average national anthem is.
Yeah. I forgot about that one, Bob. Good call.
2 minutes, 10 seconds. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Who wins the coin flip?
Who's going to open another beer? John.
Who scores first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, now you got to word this one just right. Who commits the first turnover?
Okay.
Who's leading after the first quarter?
Oh, my beer's spilling over.
Yep. Next.
Are you ready? Okay. Tom Brady touchdown passes. Let's call the over under 2.5. That way there's no ties.
Yeah. Good call, Mr. Bob Sharp.
Okay.
And then we do Patrick Mahomes touchdown passes. We'll give him 3.5.
Okay.
Travis Kelce catches. Let's make him 9.5.
Okay.
Let's do well, it's hard for the Tampa Bay because they spread the ball around so much.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because we already did we already say who scores first?
Yep.
Yeah, you got
Okay.
that one in there.
What team gets the first sack? And we're gonna go with the defense. Which defense gets the first sack?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to pee, guys.
Who wins at halftime? Who's leading at halftime?
Bathroom break for the host.
Okay. Who commits the first penalty? Who leads at the end of the third quarter? Okay, let's how many do we have?
Total of 12.
That's
13.
fine. That's fine.
13 including the spread.
That's fine. Okay. We'll just go with those.
Okay.
And then just make 4 columns, John, Brian, Mike, Bob, and then we'll either say Kansas City or Tampa Bay in all of our questions and all of our answers.
Okay. I went ahead and did our usual thing with spread.
Mm-hmm.
So that's ready to go.
Okay.
And then I'm going to pretty up the other one I just made real quick. And then that one should be ready to go. Which won't take long, to be honest. And then wasn't anything else on there that you want to put in?
No, because after that, it's all repetition. After that, at least we got some good ones to go with.
Do you think that there's going to be a
put a flyover? Yes or no?
Seems like my internet just went down. That's weird.
I'm back.
Okay, we're gonna need Mike here pretty soon.
Yeah, Michael Lavecchio, come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right. Da, 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 da. Those of you that don't know, my mom won a car on The Price is Right back in 2005.
Nice.
Really?
How much were the taxes?
She won a Ford Thunderbird convertible.
Wow.
And overbid by $200 on the showcase showcount because my dad about had a heart attack because there was 2 other cars in that showcase and he did not want
to
to
overbid, you lose everything.
Yeah. She won on the the piggyback where you put your hand in the thing and you have to pull the thing out. Yeah, she won the car there. She got to the showcase showdown. If she would have said what she was saying in her head, she would have been right on the money, but instead
nice.
she was listening to somebody from the family out in the stage, and she overbid. But my dad was very, very happy because it was a Thunderbird, another Jeep. It was a Jeep Wrangler and another car, it was a Jeep. Yeah, it was the Ford Thunderbird, a Jeep Wrangler, and an ATV.
So what was the taxes on the car?
She had to pay. I think she had to pay $6,500 for the car.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and then of course, I think the car was a 28,000, something like that. I don't remember exactly what it was.
What did you guys do with the car?
They kept it. They kept the car.
Okay.
They sold the car a few years ago because it was kind of just sitting in the garage, but it had 1,500 miles on it, Bob. It was brand new. Yeah, it was fucking
what they
brand
sell
new.
it for?
I don't know. Andre bought it.
Oh, Andre, okay.
Andre bought it. Him and his wife bought the car. Yeah. It just sat in the garage. I remember the first day they took it out. My parents didn't know nothing about heated seats, right? But someone had pushed both buttons, so they went to church in the car, and they got back from church and they were sweating. Their whole backs were all sweating. She goes,
turn the heat on.
She goes, this car's cursed. This car's cursed. My mom goes, we're sweating. Her back's out. I was like, Mom, you got the heated seats on. She's like, oh my God. And this was like midsummer. It's like 115 out. And they were sweating their balls off in that car with the fucking heated. And they never, ever put the top down. Ever in that car. Even going to church, they would leave the top up. I was like, take the top down, have some fun with it. Yeah, I am. There have been 4 car winners in my family. I'm one of them. Nice. My mom's one of them. And there's 2 others.
You won a car?
Yeah, I won a car, a Black Oak.
Okay.
Yeah, I won a Ford Fusion, but I took the cash. I took the $21,000 cash instead of the car. Yeah, I didn't need a car. I had 3 cars already. I was like, I don't want this fucking car. Yeah, I told you that story. We were and then a couple of years later, I was sitting at that same machine just fucking around, and the cocktail waitress was bringing me a drink, and I was talking to the old lady next to me. She was like 70 something years old, and I go, I don't know why I'm here. I already won a car, and she goes, yeah, so did I. We were 5 car winners in that area. So I don't know if the picture's still up, but I got my arms around 5 old ladies, Bob, and I'm in the middle, and we're all car winners. And I got my arms around these old ladies because she went and told the casino supervisor. She goes, "There's 5 car winners sitting at that machines over there." They come over there and they asked us who our names were, and they checked it and they go, "You guys are all car winners." He goes, "We got to take a picture," and especially me. I'm this young guy, and there's they're all in their 70s and late 60s, and I got my arms around these old ladies like I'm their pimp, dude. It was hilarious. I was like, "Yeah, I'll take the picture with these old ladies." She goes, "You want a car too?" I was so drunk. It was 4:00 in the morning, Bob, when I won that car.
Damn, yeah.
4:00 in the morning. We got there, I think about 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. We were already separated, me and Katrina. And Katrina gets in, 5 minutes in there, she hits $2,000 jackpot, right? So I go, let's just fucking go. This is stupid. Let's just leave. We're up $2,000. She goes, well, we just got here. I go, what does it matter if we just got here? You're up $2,000. Let's leave. No. So she kept doing her thing. And about 3:30 in the morning, I went and found her. I was like, hey, we need to go. She goes, well, hold on. This is my last 20. And I go, huh? I go, are you broke? Did you lose all that money? She goes, yeah, I lost it all. So I was just like laughing. So I just walked over to the penny machine and I put a 20 in there, and I'm not even paying attention. I'm just hitting max bet, and I'm looking over looking at her number to see when she runs out so we can leave. Hit it one more time, bam, this fucking machine just lights up. Well, my screen just says I won $8,600.
Nice.
So I'm pretty excited. She goes, the lady comes next to me. She goes, no. You won the car. And I go, what? She goes, yeah, you won the car. And I was like, what? It says 8,600. She goes, no, you hit the jackpot. You won this car right here, the Ford Fusion. And I just go off. I'm like, did I fucking win a car? And she's begging me, please stop cussing. Please stop cussing. And I'm like running around the machine telling everybody to stop betting. I'm like, stop fucking betting. I already won the fucking car, man. They were begging me to stop cussing. And then I took my cell phone. I go, I want to take a picture of the machine. She goes, you can't do that. And I go, come on, seriously? She goes, we'll give you a picture to take home. So I have a picture of me standing in front of the machine with the winning thing in my hand. She goes, you want to pick up the car tonight? And I was like, no, fuck. She goes, like, we can call the dealership right now, and they'll meet you at that Ford dealership right there where you turn off of the freeway to go to Black Oak, the Ford.
Yeah.
She goes, we can call them. They can meet you there right now. And I was like, I don't want that fucking car. I want the cash.
Money.
I want money. So I came back the next day, and I was smart. I took Frankie with me so I wouldn't stay and gamble because he was underage. So I got into the bull pit, and I'm talking to the guy. I'm signing papers and talking to the bullpen or whatever, the casino manager, and Frankie's standing right next to me watching her count off hundreds. And she got up. I felt so bad for her. She got up to about $8,000 before I realized, and Frankie's bumping me. And he's like, Dad. And I turn around and I look, I see all this money. I go, whoa, time out. I go, no, give me a check. I ain't fucking walking out of here with $21,000 in cash. Are you fucking nuts, dude? She just looks at me. She was so mad, dude. She's like, are you serious? I was like, yeah. I go, if there's,
I'd be pissed at you too.
Yeah. I mean, she was up about $8,000. She was up to about $8,000. And Frankie just kept bumping me. And I'm like, Frankie, knock it off. And then Frank's like, Dad. And I look over and I was like, oh, no. No.
I had a buddy who won, I want to say $120,000 after taxes. It was 92,000.
Thank you. God, that'd be awesome.
He came home with like a duffel bag full of
cash. Are you kidding me? Oh, no. I
was over at his uncle's house, and he's stacking all the cash out on the table.
Fuck,
$92,000. Now, he owed like 10 years of back child support.
Oh,
you think he paid that? No.
Yeah. No. That's why he did that. He didn't want to check. Yeah, Black Oak will give you no more than, they can't go over 5,000. So every check you get is $5,000. So I had $5,000 check, another $5,000 check, another $5,000 check, and then the rest in cash. So it's like, Frankie, I had a little cash over there. I told Frankie, I said, here's 100, go bowling. goes, "No, Dad, you brought me here for a reason. We're
Right.
leaving right now."
And I still have 100.
Here's 100. Go bowl your ass off. Let me have some fun. He's like, "No, we're leaving. We're leaving." It's like, all right, let's get in the car and leave. Fucking. But then I went on a roll for like 3 months. I won another $2,000 there. Then I won another 3,500 there, and then another grand there. Then I went to Jackson and I hit 2,500 there and 2,800 the next day. I was just like fucking. Go ahead. Where is Mike? Michael Lavecchio, please report to the principal's office. Michael Lavecchio, please report
Brian,
to the
pull up
principal's
your
office.
spreadsheet so we can get this done.
Already on it.
Yeah, because we got 10 minutes here, guys.
And I got the spread too, so can do this for.
Okay, so let's start with let's do the spread first. I'm going to take the Chiefs, and I'm going to go with the over.
I forgot to search the teams. Boop. 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 There. Okay. I'm gonna go under.
Okay.
Go the Chiefs, John.
I'm going Bucks and the under.
So it'll be Bucks plus 3. Yeah, Bucks 3. There you go.
Yep.
And the under.
Yep. We don't know, Mikey.
That's fine. We can go this
one.
We'll
wait till he comes back. Okay. So flyover.
Flyover? Where did you guys add that one?
I'm going to go yes.
Okay.
There got to be a flyover.
John?
Yeah, there's always a flyover.
Usually when there's a Democratic president, sometimes there's not.
Yeah, I know, but it's in fucking Florida, of all places.
I know.
It's
I'm
gotta
just
be.
saying.
Yeah.
Okay. National anthem, because it's a country star and a woman, I'm going to say they're going to go under. Under 2.
Oh, you're just going to go under? You're not going to say time?
Yeah, no, I'm going to say under 210. No, that's just a limit I set.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah. Well, it's if you sing the song, I'm gonna go over because I feel that she's gonna hit a lot of those. And when the rockets are clear.
Okay, so I'm gonna go on. After the national anthem, you can go online and look to see how long it took.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Coin flip is going to go to the Bucks.
I'm going Bucks as well. Who gets to call it, Bob? When did they decide that?
The visiting team.
The visiting team.
Bucks are the visitors.
Yeah, Bucks are the visitors.
Oh, Chiefs.
I think the Chiefs score first.
I think the Bucks score first.
I'll say Chiefs.
First turnover. God.
Who commits the first turnover? I think that.
So this isn't defense. It's not defense.
No, who
related.
commits? I think the Bucks commit. The Bucks make the first mistake.
Yeah, like a fumble is like their turnover.
Yeah. Fumble or
not caused by defense.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to say the Bucks commit first turnover.
I'm going to say Bucks as well. I kind of feeling that. Unfortunately, I got a feeling that he throws an interception first.
I think that the Chiefs are leading it at the end of the first quarter.
Ooh.
I think the Bucks are going to lead after the first quarter.
I'm going to go with Ryan's pick there. I think they as well will be leading after the first quarter.
Okay, I'm going to go TD passes Brady over.
That's me as well. I think he's going to light it fucking up.
I think he's going to have to because they're going to be behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Mahomes. Yeah, I'm going to. No, I'm going to say under on Mahomes because they have a better running game.
Yeah, I'm going to say under as well because I think they're going to be the defense is going to be all over Mahomes. Actually, you know what, Brian? I apologize. No. I apologize. I want to change the first turnover to
Chiefs.
the Chiefs. Yeah, I see Mahomes making that first mistake just because I don't think he's ready for that defense.
They already played him once this year and burned him. Kelsey catches. I'm going to say over. I think Travis Kelsey's going to have 10 catches.
Ooh. Under.
I was going to say I'm going to go under with that.
What team gets
I
the
think
first?
I think that the Chiefs will sack Brady before the Bucks get to Mahomes.
Bucks.
I agree.
Who leads at halftime?
I'm going to go Bucks.
Bucks as well. Might be a field goal, but it'll be a lead.
I think what's gonna happen is that Bucks are gonna end up winning the first quarter, and then the Chiefs are gonna come back. That's what I think is gonna happen by halftime.
I think that the Chiefs commit the first penalty.
I agree.
Oh, this is the first penalty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Chiefs as well.
Okay, so we're gonna have to clarify something. If there's a penalty and they refuse it, that doesn't count.
Yeah, that don't count.
We're gonna go first penalty that sticks.
Yeah, so it has to be like a penalty on yards. Like they have to actually be given the yardage for that penalty. Yep, not like a penalty, and then they score and then decline the penalty and keep the score.
Right. Like if they jump off sides, but he throws a pass and it gets a first down anyway.
Right.
No, we're going to go with the first penalty that sticks.
Yeah, it sticks.
Who leads at the end of the third quarter? I think that the Chiefs lead at the end of the third quarter.
O-Town. You might have to add O-Town to this. O-Town might have to come in on this.
We can do the final on here too, Bob.
We already did that with our over under.
Okay.
Yeah, we already did that.
Throw in Nick in there. Let's get Nick.
That.
Make a call for Nick.
John, your pick for the third.
Bucks. Let's add Mr. Nick in there.
What are y'all getting into? What I miss?
Okay, Nick.
Oh, we're doing prop bets.
Prop bets, buddy. Flyover, yes or no? Nick. Flyovers, yes or no?
Oh, damn. Flyover. Yes.
He goes yes. National anthem, 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Over or under?
Under.
Coin flip, Bucks or Chiefs?
Chiefs.
Scores first, Bucks or Chiefs?
Bucks.
Who commits the first turnover?
Chiefs.
Chiefs. Who leads after the first quarter?
Chiefs.
Tom Brady touchdown passes, 2.5. Over or under?
Over. Come on.
Over. Mahomes touchdown passes, 3.5. Over or under?
Over.
Kelsey catches, 9.5. Over or under?
Under.
What team gets the first sack?
Bucks.
Who leads at halftime?
Bucks.
Who commits the first penalty that sticks, that actually sticks? So if it get called a penalty and they waive it, it doesn't count. So,
Man, that's going to be – they're pretty disciplined. I'll go with the Chiefs.
who leads at the end of the third quarter? Bucks?
Yep.
All right, Mike, you're up. Fly over, yes or no?
Yeah, slid me in before, Mike. Holy shit.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
How'd that happen?
National anthem, 2 minutes and 10 seconds, over or under?
Do we know who's singing?
Country singer, girl.
Eric Church. Eric Church, and there's another lady who's going to sing with him.
No, we're just talking
under.
about the anthem, right?
Yeah.
Under.
Okay.
Coin flip, Bucks, Chiefs.
Bucks.
Who wins the coin flip?
Scores first, Bucks or Chiefs?
Chiefs.
Who commits the first turnover, Bucks or Chiefs?
Bucks.
Who's leading after the first quarter?
Chiefs.
Tom Brady touchdown passes, 2.5, over or under?
Over.
Mahomes touchdown passes, 3.5, over or under?
Under.
Kelsey catches, 9.5, over or under?
Under.
Under. What team gets the first sack?
Bucks.
Who's leading at halftime?
Bucks.
Who commits the first penalty that actually sticks? Doesn't get waved off. It doesn't count if it gets waved off. So,
Chiefs.
who leads at the end of the third quarter?
Bucks.
Bucks. There we go. We got them all in. Woohoo!
I don't see who.
Mike and Nick,
Yeah.
over under.
Yeah, Mike. Chiefs are 3.5.
I'm taking the Bucks and the over.
Bucks and the over. Nick.
Yep, Bucks in the over.
Bucks in the over. So, Nick, tell us about the excitement going on there. What's it like over there right now? Is everybody kind of getting pumped up for this, or?
They've been pumped for 3-4 days, man.
No, I know, but it's getting close.
That's the part.
Yeah, I mean, you're starting to see
They flew into town, and the whole NFL staff's here, NFL Network, ESPN. They're all here, and they're doing. We got the cool area, the downtown area of Tampa, which is 4 miles away from the actual Raymond James. They've got all these venues set up. Like they have the NFL experience, but they've also got these little parks that they've now converted so you can more people to view it for free. The whole Bay Walk area, Channel Side it's called, had a big, laser light show. They lit up the Gasparilla ship is out there. They do laser shows and fireworks almost nightly. Lots of traffic. It's pretty insane, but people are really drinking the Kool-Aid, so that's good. I mean, all the locals are going nuts, and you can tell it's here. It's different, but it's here, and lots of stuff's going on. But the day they won the division, when they got home, there were 3 or 4 separate segments. Raymond James was loaded all around the stadium, all corners. The actual airport, the executive airport they flew into, there were thousands of people lining the entrance to this little airport, which nobody was supposed to know the executive airport entrance.
Yeah.
But they couldn't hold them back. I mean, it was just crowds of people. And of course, now they don't bus them in from the stadium to the airport, so they use the private airport with personal vehicles. So each one of them going by in their personal vehicles, and it reminds you a lot of when they won in Philly. It was pretty cool. So
Yeah, that's neat. That's neat.
It's a
I mean,
neat time.
did I miss the? Don't they? Or did they not do this year where they have like the stupid questions, Media Monday or something like that?
No,
Did they
that
not?
was
It was
today.
today.
That was
Yeah,
today.
that was-
I missed that.
You go to their Twitter page or the Bucks.com, but the Twitter page has all the interviews of the Bucks on there. If you go to where was I? There's a Bucks app that I was looking at, Buccaneers.com. You can see both the Chiefs and the Bucks. The Bucks started at noon, and the Chiefs started at 4 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, was there any stupid questions? Usually, it got some like hot
They were all good, man. They were just no.
because they kind of just let them go for a free for all on that, don't they? They can just throw out all your just they got some reporters from some silly bloggers and some silly papers and stuff like that, asking those guys some stuff. I know
I thought
Jimmy
it was
Kimball's
pretty cool that OCU Manura called in on JPP, and that was a pretty cool time. Like, he's not a media guy, but he just called in to say, "Hey, what's up?" It was kind of funny.
Yeah,
it's exciting. I've never been part of a city that had the Super Bowl. It'd be kind of cool especially if you live by it, and
well,
even
when Denver beat Carolina, it was in Santa Clara.
Santa Clara, yeah, but that's not. We didn't root for any of those teams. It's not a big deal for us. I mean,
it's hard to be in a city where your team goes.
Yeah, but Mike? Did you go to any of the? Well, you were kind of young though. Did you go to any of the Super Bowl victories of the Niners, the parades? Did you ever go to any of the parades?
John, I was born in 90.
Yeah, no, but I'm.
Yeah, he wasn't old enough.
Yeah.
I was born in 90, bud.
Yeah, you weren't old enough. Did you go to any of those?
You know what? I'll tell you what used to be a great experience. I went 3 times. It was the Pro Bowl in Hawaii.
Yeah.
And everything was done at the Hilton Hawaiian Village. They had stages set up, so the interviews and stuff. And then Sunday morning, you take off and we rented a limo. All right, it was awesome. We rented a limo to get over to the game. But everyone's at the Hilton Hawaiian Village. I mean, you're and it sucks because you can, the guys who are stars, you know who they are.
Yeah.
Then you have guys walking down the beach, you have no idea who they are. You know they're football players, you just don't know who.
Yeah.
You try to get autographs. Hey man, who are you?
Yeah. That's the thing. That's what I was talking about earlier in the show. Is just like, I mean, I know there's a lot of people that just, without the uniform, they don't know who the hell it is. I mean, there's a lot of guys that, like you guys. I mean, you're a football nut, so you know who 57 is. You know who 32 is. Or, you know what I mean? For like that situation.
But you don't know who he is with his helmet off.
Yeah, without his helmet. Yeah, that's the truth.
No. I've got a quick story. It's pretty good. We were downtown at the stadium because they do a flea market like the day before. So there's all these little kids getting an autograph from this guy. So I walk up and I got my little pad and a pen. And I go, "Can I get your autograph?" He goes, "Who am I?" I go, "To be honest, I don't know." And he goes, "You find out and I'll give you an autograph."
Oh.
So I tried to chase down some little kids. I couldn't catch them. So I go back to the hotel. We're in one of the bar areas at the hotel because the players stay there too. So I'm sitting next to the HR director, Nancy Goodpasture, who loves the Dallas Cowboys. And I see this guy walk in. And she goes, "Oh, that's Darren Woodson from the Cowboys." I said, "I'll be right back." So I got my pad. I went over there. And I said, "Excuse me, Darren Woodson." He goes, "Hey, I saw you." I said, "Yeah, you wouldn't sign, but now I know who you are." So he started to sign. I said, "Look, I don't want you to sign an autograph for me, but if you've got a second, I've got the world's greatest Dallas Cowboys fan who would love to meet you." So I walked him over to where Nancy was, and she was in her 60s. And he sat down next to her and signed. She had like a little football. He signed it. And I'm just like, that was pretty cool, man.
Yeah. Not so much like that anymore. And I get why some of these athletes are the way they are. Even some of the movie stars and stuff. It's gotta be just really hard. There's a little clip that I watched. I don't know if you guys remember watching the show Punk.
Yeah.
Remember that show Punk? Well, they punked.
Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah, they punked. What's his name? The basketball player from Germany from the Dallas Cowboys. What's his name?
Wait, what?
Dirk Nowitzki?
Yeah, Nowitzki. Yeah.
Dirk?
And Dirk. And he's sitting at the table.
Mike, I didn't get that either, Mike. He said
I said the German guy. The German guy.
No, you said Dallas Cowboys. It's Dallas Mavericks.
I'm sorry. The Dallas Mavericks. And he's sitting there having dinner with some other NBA guys. And what they did is they had this kid come and ask for an autograph on a basketball. So Dirk does it. He signs it really, very nice. And the kid goes away. Yeah, Dirk goes away. And the kid comes back with this whole bag full of stuff, right? So he's like, seriously? And of course, I guess he's known as like the nicest guy in the NBA. So he's literally signing all this. This kid's just pulling stuff out of this bag. I mean, after one thing, and none of it has to do with basketball. It's a baseball, it's a bat, it's a glove. And he's just signing away. And it's the other guy is what's his name that played for the Warriors that left this year. I can't remember his name. But he looks over at him. He doesn't. He kind of knows what's going on. He goes, "Dude, really? You gonna sign all that shit?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "It's for the kid. What do you want me to do?" His mom's right there. So the kid leaves, and he's just getting ready to take another bite, and the kid comes back with another bag full of stuff. And this stuff is just, it's a Jordan poster. He's having him sign a Jordan poster, dude. And he signs it. And the dude looks over at fucking, he goes, "Dude, you just signed a Jordan poster." He goes, "Yeah." He goes, and then finally he goes, "That's it, kid. No more stuff." So the kid that goes away and he comes back with another bag of stuff. And Derek's like, "Seriously?" He's looking at him. He goes, No. He goes, "Look, man, I'm sorry. I signed enough stuff for you. I can't do it." The kid starts crying, right? Then the mom comes and mom goes, "Really? You're not going to sign it?" And he looks up at her. He's like, "I just signed like 30 things for him." And it was just freaking hilarious, man. And finally they let in on the prank. But dude, when what's his name looks at him and goes, "Dude, you just signed a Jordan poster with your name on it, dude. I think you've gone a little bit too far." But it's got to be tough. I mean, when to say no and when to sign something, and when you have that, that time where you're sitting down and eating dinner and have someone approach you and ask you.
Okay.
I had that.
I'm sorry. I got one more quick story, then I'm done.
All right, Bob, go ahead.
Pro Bowl, we're at breakfast. Okay, we're in the restaurant. Lynn Swan and his wife are sitting right next to me, and Joe was there. Joe was with me.
Joe was there. Yeah.
So it's me, Joey, my buddy Harold, my buddy Dave, and my buddy Harold the whole time is going, "That's Lynn Swan." I said, "Yeah, Harold, I know that's Lynn Swan. Get his autograph. Get his autograph." "No, Harold. Get his autograph. Get his autograph." "No, Harold." He goes, "Get his autograph." I said, "Harold, let the man enjoy a meal with his wife, all right?"
Yeah.
And Lynn Swan just looks over at me. He goes, "Thank you." I said, "Just, have a nice day." But the whole time, he's like, "Get his autograph." No, let the man enjoy a meal.
And he can hear you guys. I mean, fucking.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, I've got a couple autographs, but I was a kid, here at Joe Thurman Fields, getting McGuire's autograph and getting Canseco's autograph. But I was young, but it's different. I think it's different when it's an adult approaching you, getting an autograph. And I think like the introduction of the internet, I think changed their attitudes as far as like, what am I going to sign? Because it seemed like it got harder if you were an adult trying to get an autograph, because they kind of knew like, okay, I'm going to see that ball tomorrow on eBay,
Right.
And where it made it harder for, say, a big fan like yourself to try to get an autograph now as an adult, because you're looked upon as like you're trying to profit off of these guys. You're going to turn around and sell this.
I had to promise Clayton Kershaw I would not sell the ball. Because Kershaw walked by me 3 days in a row. We're at spring training, and I'm there. I'm there by myself with my brother and stuff. But I'm hanging out by myself, and I know which way Kershaw's going to walk. I'm there 3 days in a row. He walked by me, and then finally the third day, I said, "Look, I promise you, I'm not going to sell the ball. Could you please sign my ball?"
Yeah. Oh
But
man,
if you go to training, bring a kid with you because they'll sign anything for a kid.
yeah, I mean, I remember as a kid at Candlestick, man, waiting for those guys there. They would sign everything for us, everything. You know, we walked there, they would take their time, they would sign it, and it was awesome because they would always ask us for a little story. You know, it's like, hey, you know, why do you like baseball? Why do you like me? I used to like that question all the time because you didn't hear that from athletes. Why me? Why do you like me as a player? And then you got to have that interaction with the guy as he was signing but they don't do that no more. They don't do that at all, especially if you're an adult. You know, it's kind
Go
of
to spring
sad.
training. They will.
Yeah, spring training. I mean, it
Spring
just
training's a
seems.
lot of fun.
Yeah, that's a little bit more of intimate thing with the players because it is a smaller venue and there's a lot less people there. And if probably those guys also figure if you're there, you're a true fan. If you're at spring training in Arizona, you're a fan. You're a fan because it's hot, it's muggy. It's just
Not in March. It's not. No, not in March. It's not.
Yeah.
No.
So what else there, Nick? What do you think the score is going to be? Hit us with your score, Nick.
Man, you know,
Brian, write this down, Brian.
That.
Write this down, Brian. Let's see how close Nick O-Town gets to the score. What's the score?
I say it's going to be like 38 to 30 Bucks.
Bob, what's your score?
Okay, my score is going to be, I think it's going to be 31-29 because I've got three different pools where I've got the Chiefs 1 and 9.
Which one did you say,
Bob? 31-29.
Mike, what's your score?
Is it for the Bucks?
Chiefs.
Okay.
Man, I don't know. 34-31 Bucks.
Ooh.
I like all of them so far.
I need a 20.
If I had to bet my life on it, I'd say the Chiefs are winning, but I want the Bucks to win.
I'm going to say 24-28 Bucks. Does that keep me on the under?
Yes.
Yeah, it does. Just making sure. I don't want to contradict my pick for my under and my
56.5, I think, right? Total.
3, right?
56.5.
Right now it's 3. It's currently 3.
Yeah.
And 56.5. Yeah.
56.5
is the over under.
Yeah, I don't see that many points being scored.
I do.
At least by the other team.
All right, guys. Well, hey, Nick, thanks for coming on.
What do you got, Brian?
What do you got, Brian?
I decided to pick 24-27 Chiefs.
27.
Such a freaking hater, this guy.
Anything you want to add, Nick?
Win, man.
Yeah. Anything you want to add, Nick, on the way out, Nick? This is your chance. Do all the trash talking you want right now, Nick. Get it all out.
I don't talk trash till the game's over, baby.
Spoken like a true Giants fan. Spoken like a true
Brian hater.
No.
You know what would be cool,
fire the cannons. We can't fire the cannons.
What would be cool though is if Tampa wins and they got Brady on the stage to get the MVP trophy. If Brady just slid on and put on a Donald Trump hat, that would piss everybody off.
That ain't happening. That
is definitely not happening.
Or if he says something about Bill. Bill, this is for you.
Oh yeah,
that'd be hilarious.
I'm kind of I had the Bucks winning, but if the Bucks win, I'm kind of curious to see what kind of Brady we get up there. If he's the same Brady he was winning the like he did 2 weeks ago or a week ago, where he just kind of just makes sure it's not just about him?
I
Like
think
I'm
you
kind of
will.
curious.
You will.
I'm kind of curious to see what Brady we get up there, because this is a big moment for him if you really think about it. I mean, this puts him in a different category. And I wanted to see
Yeah,
if I kind of want to see if his ego comes into it, or he steps back and takes in the moment like it was his first time. Because basically, if he does win this here, it's kind of like the first time for him, really, because it's a whole different team. He's been a Patriot his whole career. He's here in Tampa. He wins it. I'm kind of curious to see if the Brady.
I don't
kind
think
of
you're going
curious.
to see him. He's not going to get cocky.
I hope not. I hope he steps
Who?
back and Brady. I'm just kind of curious.
Brady's never been cocky.
No, but
No.
this is different though, Mike. This is
No,
7
it's not
rings.
to him. If
Yeah, it is.
anything,
Yeah, he's a competitor.
he's
He's a
going to be
competitor.
less. If anything, he's going to be like,
I
look,
hope
I've been
so.
here.
Okay, I hope so.
I've been here.
I hope
like,
so.
let these other. That's how he is. Like, yeah, he
Pull
ain't
up,
going to
Brady.
want to be like, oh, look at me.
No, I don't think he's going to do the "oh, look at me," but I think it's in the back of his mind. I mean, you look at his
No.
face. You look at that gift that when he holds up those rings. There's a different look in his face when he's
The
doing
only
that.
reason
That's ego. That's what I'm saying. When he did
Pull up
that,
Brandon's comment.
what's that?
Pull up Brandon's
What'd you
comment. His last comment.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He's,
I forgot. Oh, Brandon Britt.
He
his
remains
last
pretty humble.
I got 7 rings, bitching.
No, yeah. The only reason Brady is still playing is because of how much he loves the game.
No, I
Yeah.
do agree with
Pure
that.
and simple.
But
He's already considered the GOAT. He's got 6 rings. He's only playing because he just can't give it up.
I agree with you,
Inside, he can't give it up. It's
No,
not about
I know
I'm
that.
the best.
Brandon. But there's a difference, though, Mike. I mean, he's taking a step. He's going far and beyond than most players in the NFL. He's literally going to have 7 rings on his finger. Now, I don't, he's never been that guy, but I don't know if that's what I'm saying. Is that moment going to be different for him? Is he going to
No.
is he going to go, fuck, I got 7 motherfucking rings. I am the fucking shit, you know? And the only reason I say that is, like I said, because of that gift. When he held up those 2 hands with those rings on his fingers, to me, it wasn't that he was showing off, but he had a different look on his face, like I'm the fucking greatest. And I now 7. I mean, he's in a whole different league. I know we talked about this before. Does he become the greatest player of NFL history with 7 rings? I say yes. Bob says no. I know you guys don't. I don't know where you guys stand at that, but to me, I mean, I got to give it to him, and I hate saying it, but I got to give it to him. I mean, he would be the greatest NFL player of all time. I mean,
he's not going to lose his mind.
He's not going to lose his mind. I don't think he loses his mind. I just want to
cool and steady.
Yeah, I just want to see what that moment brings. I hope that he does.
Too mature.
Yeah,
he's the leader of that team now, and he will not.
Yeah.
For next season, he will knock himself out there.
Yeah,
like that.
I hope he does what he did last week and just kind of say, you know what, it's not about me. He stepped back and said, talk to somebody else. I thought that was the coolest, most professional thing he has done ever. And just to get back, and then watching him go into that crowd of players and high five everybody, trying to get everybody on the team pumped up. I think that's a different Brady than I remember seeing. So I hope he does, but then again, you don't know. I mean, that's a big, to me, maybe it's just me. That's a big
To
moment.
us, it is. Him, it's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah,
I mean,
I hope
he don't need the money. I mean, Mike's talking about it. You know, he there's nothing he needs. But
he does
Brady is
family.
the fucking Thanos of football. Do you see Brandon's comment?
He can't even celebrate with family. I mean,
yeah.
They're out
Bob,
of town.
did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
But I don't know. Now,
So
Go ahead,
I have
Bob.
a question. If the Bucks lose, he's got just as many Super Bowl losses as Jim Kelly.
Yes,
you put
he
him
does.
in the same boat as Jim Kelly?
No, because he's got 6 already that Kelly has 0. It doesn't matter how many losses he
Kelly's
has.
lost 4 games. Kelly's lost 4 Super Bowls.
But he has no rings.
He'd be tied. He would have the record for most Super Bowl losses as a quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah, but I
and
still.
he also already holds the record for most by what, two?
We're not talking about wins. We're talking about if he loses. If he loses this game, you put him in the same boat as Jim Kelly because Jim Kelly lost 4 Super Bowls.
No, I put the team in the same category.
I put him in the category as he lost the game. That's about it.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you put the Patriots in the same boat as winning all the Super Bowls instead of just Tom Brady?
Yep.
Because he's the captain. He's the leader. He's the quarterback.
What do you mean? I'm not understanding what you're saying with that.
Well, I said if he loses, if he loses the 4 Super Bowls, and then John said, well, no, because it's a team effort. So if it's a team effort when they lose, shouldn't it be a team effort when they win? So instead of talking about how great Brady, why don't we talk about how great the Patriots were?
The Patriots were a damn good team, but I don't think they're a great team without Brady.
No, they're not. And that show.
People talking about Brady being great is the media. Brady's not talking about him being great.
No, he doesn't.
Right.
He doesn't go out and showboat. And I mean, when he did that ring thing, I think not just myself, but I think a lot of people were shocked at that moment that he chose to bring all those rings to that ceremony. I mean, that was kind of like, that was not Brady. That wasn't Brady.
Yeah,
that was.
They pushed it.
That's why I'm saying.
Too.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying. Is he going to be that guy with this one?
They probably told him to do that.
No, I don't think so. I don't think anybody said, "Hey, Brady, take all 5 rings."
If you think that whoever's running that show, all those media people, whoever the coordinator is, wouldn't be like, "Hey, Brady, we want you to bring your rings."
Yeah.
Huh?
And then they took a picture of it and posted up there.
Yeah, if you think that they don't tell people to do that, you're crazy.
Yeah, but Brady's big
That's
enough.
Media.
But Brady is big enough to say "fuck."
Yeah,
I'm not doing that.
and yeah, he's big enough to say no, but he probably was like, "Yeah, sure, if you guys want me to bring him." I mean,
yeah,
John, you already said, John, it's not in his nature.
You're reading way too much into it.
He wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they told him that they asked him to do that.
Yeah, but that's like I said, he's big enough and great enough of a player to say, "I'm not doing that."
Yeah, but maybe he didn't care enough to say that. Maybe he was just like, "Yeah,
that's
sure."
What I'm saying.
I wouldn't do it on my own accord.
That's what I'm saying.
And who gives a shit? He should bring those 6 rings. He's won fucking 6 rings. He's the fucking GOAT. He can do whatever he wants. He can put the seventh one on his.
All right, later, Bob. Thank you, Bob.
Hey,
but that's what I'm saying. That's
Bob.
That's when the ego jumps in. That's what I'm saying, Mike. Brady
but
is.
He's never. But you're saying it like he's done that before.
No,
he's never been an ego person his whole career.
Right. That's what I'm saying. He's not that kind of guy. But I'm saying, is this moment? This is a big moment.
No, and that's what I'm telling you. It's not.
It is a big moment for him, dude.
And I guarantee you, in his head,
dude, that's
even if he wins the Super Bowl, I guarantee you, if you asked him which one was your favorite, he's
going to always say the first one. He's always going to say the first.
I guarantee you, he would say the second one was better than this one. The third one was better.
The first one's always the best one.
But the other ones were better too.
Yeah, go ahead, Nick.
He answered that question today. He said they're all unique in their own way, and they're all his favorite based on who he was playing and the guys he was surrounded by.
Yeah.
So he answered that question.
Exactly, because he's a team guy.
I just hope that, like I'm saying, I'm just hoping that that moment to him doesn't get to the point where
you don't even need to worry about it.
Because we're men. We're men, dude. We're fucking men. I don't care who you are. I don't care who. Let me finish. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. But when you get that moment, and that moment is presented to you, and you finally, it hits you, and you realize you have 7 fucking Super Bowl rings, there's a different part of you that's inside of you that just wants you to come out and say, "I'm the fucking greatest. I am the GOAT."
And you think that would happen with 6?
He's never said, "I am the GOAT." No, because there's other guys with 6. There's plenty of guys with 6.
What quarterback has 6 rings?
There's not quarterbacks.
What quarterback has 5 rings?
I'm not saying quarterbacks. There's other players with 6 rings, dude. What's his name he played for the Niners? Niners. He got 4 from the Niners, I think, and 2 from Green Bay. It's
Yeah, was he the leader of the team? Was he the quarterback?
Yeah, he was the defensive leader of the team.
Okay, he was on the defense.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Mike. There's a difference. You might, dude, there's like accomplishments that all of us go through in our lives. Yes, we hold back and we don't let that out.
If you think 43-year-old Brady is going to get up there and be like, I'm the fucking champ, bro.
No. I don't think
if you think he's going to do that, you're insane.
Let me finish. There's a moment that we all go through in our lives that we feel that accomplishment, and maybe he hasn't had that feeling all this time, but who knows? That feeling may show itself.
He's a grown-ass adult.
It doesn't matter if you're grown up.
It doesn't
matter. It does not matter.
Be like, look at me, Giselle.
It doesn't matter if you're a grown-ass adult. It doesn't matter. You have accomplished something that very few people have accomplished in their lives, dude. And that's what I'm saying. I'm hoping
that no one has accomplished.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. There might be a little part of Brady that might just pop out and say, you know what? I mean, I don't think Brady's going to get up on national TV and say, I'm the fucking greatest. I don't think that. No, he's never going to do that. But there may be a moment in when it hits him.
Dude,
when
he's one of the most PC players that's ever played the game.
Yeah, I know now up until this point.
He's the PC king.
They've tried to egg him on and say it, and he will not do it.
Oh, yeah. They've tried to egg him on for years.
Brah. I can see him grabbing the mic. Brah. I got 7 bitches.
No. I'm telling you. The fact that you're even bringing it up is just insane.
I hope he doesn't. But I am also taking into consideration that he is a man, and we're all.
That's like saying you hope the sun doesn't crash into the earth.
We all have grown up to be winners. We want to be winners, and this is an opportunity that he gets to have, because basically it says, I am a winner. I am the best there ever is. He's already the best there ever is, but this is a moment that might
he's just going to love it because of his age.
It may push him over the edge to where he just, I don't know if it is going to happen or not, but if it does,
if he was going to do it, he would have done it when he was younger.
No, he wouldn't have done it when he was younger.
Not when he's 43 years old, dude. He's a grown ass man.
I hope, exactly. But he's still a champion. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, go ahead, Nick.
The funny thing about all this is he doesn't need to say it. They're going to say it.
He doesn't. I know he feels that way. He does.
And he's the type of guy he would never disrespect.
No, he wouldn't disrespect anybody, but being that he is 43 years old, knowing he's got 1 year left on his contract and he's done, and knowing that he just won a Super Bowl and not wearing a Patriots uniform, and he went to a whole different team. He got this team to the Super Bowl. He won the Super Bowl. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of key factors that bring it up to that point if he does win it. Here he is. He's been a Patriot his whole fucking career. Now he goes over to New England. They're all telling him in the beginning, there's no way that Tampa Bay makes it to the playoff. Maybe makes it to the playoff, but there's no way they win the Super Bowl. And now here we go. He leaves the Patriots. He comes to Tampa Bay. He takes this fucking team to the Super Bowl. He wins the Super Bowl. There may be that little bit of Brady that's in there that says, hey, you know what? Fucking, I am going to fucking finally just let it all fucking out. Fuck all you guys. Eat my shit. I'm the fucking greatest there ever is. Do I think he goes to that extreme?
He's never going to do that, but I wish he would. I wish he would get out and just be like, yeah, that's right, bitches.
But I can see him doing this. Okay, I don't have
43 years old.
I don't have a ring in my hand.
43 years old. What do you got to say about it? Belichick, what?
I can see him holding the trophy up and going, yeah, right, bitch, right here. I can see him doing something like that, like for all the naysayers out there, just like, here.
I wish he would.
I wish he would too, because you know what? He deserves it.
How many you guys got? I got 5. No, actually, I got 6. Actually, never mind.
7. I just, because, okay. And then the other reason why I say that too is because of what you said. Tell me, does Brady not fucking look like a robot sometimes to you guys? You know what I'm getting at?
If you knew how he is, that's how he conducts his life, dude.
Right.
He's a very put together.
Yeah. No, I get that. He has to be that
very serious.
Yes,
No, he doesn't have to be. That's the way he is. The guy eats lentils.
Yeah. I hope he wins. I'm rooting for Tampa Bay to win. And I'm hoping that he does win. I'm hoping he has a good game. And I'm hoping that, what I don't want to see is I don't want to see him get to this place and then just fuck up.
Hey,
And then
side
or
note.
Tampa Bay fucks up and all the shit goes to him. It's like
If it happens, it happens. I mean,
Yeah.
they all got to be on the same page and they all got to be ready to work. That's it. I mean, they're dialed in. All this time
He's
we've
got
done
the ultimate
these shows
cop
that
out.
I've
He's
been on,
43.
I didn't know Mike vaped. You believe that?
Oh, I just don't do it all the time.
What's that?
He didn't know I vaped.
Oh yeah, I got him started. I'm trying to get him to stop chewing, Nick.
Yeah,
It's
he
hard.
didn't. I just don't do it
chewing
all the
to
time.
starve. You got to chew.
He chews tobacco.
Yeah.
He chews Copenhagen.
Yeah.
You could see the dip
Probably-
in his fucking mouth, the little shit. You're doing both at the same time.
No, I don't have the dip in. No,
Oh,
I'm not.
okay,
I don't have a dip in.
All right.
But
Yeah,
anyway,
that's all I hope. That's all I
do you
hope.
believe they're not
Anyways,
gonna let
all
you
right, guys,
film
I
it?
gotta go. I gotta get to bed.
Yeah, you
Okay.
got to get up at 4 a.m.
Listen to
All
you.
right, bye.
All right, guys.
Take it easy.
I'm
Take
on
it
the
easy.
East Coast, and you guys are going to bed early.
I'm not
Hey, I'm
going to
still
bed.
up.
I'm good. I'm good. Yeah,
So-
that's to me.
John,
I mean,
they're not
I
letting us
hate.
fire the cannons.
Yeah.
They're
What's
not
that?
letting us use the cannons.
Why? Why is that? Is it a COVID thing or what?
No,
Oh.
because it's Super Bowl, not a Bucks game.
Oh yeah, because that would make it like home field advantage, having a cannon.
But it is a Bucks game though.
Well, yeah, but
I
see,
agree.
yeah, that would be to Tampa Bay's. I don't know how it would be to their advantage having the cannon go off every time to score. Maybe it kind of like I don't know, like in your face deal. I don't know.
Did you guys cover how many fans do you think will be Kansas City and how many will be Bucks here?
No.
Oh, I don't know, but all the tickets went to Tampa Bay people, medical personnel, didn't they?
Just 7,500. They're going to be 20,000 here.
Oh, well, they got to
So how many
split
do you
it.
think?
50-50.
How many do you think of 20,000 will be KC fans?
Well, it's got to be 50-50, right?
Doesn't have
Got
to
to
be.
be for
I
ticket
thought
sales.
that's I thought that was the rules, but it had to,
You
like
think they'll
50%.
make it though? I mean, people
I don't know.
buy tickets and they can't hold them back and not sell them because you're not a Kansas City fan.
I can see. I mean, I can see 10,000 people from Kansas. I don't know from Kansas City, but Chief fans actually coming to the game. I don't know how. I don't know how that
10,000?
works. Yeah, it's going to be tough. I mean, it's tough. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what's the following there for Chiefs fans. They're not a team that's kind of known for being, a well-traveled team.
If you have a Giants team or a
Green Bay
Patriots or Green Bay or you
Raiders,
fill a stadium, right?
Raiders, yeah.
But you're not filling it for KC. There might be, I would say,
3,500.
2/3 is going to be Bucks fans. But here's the kicker: they're all going to be wearing red, right? It's going to look like a Bucks. It's going to look like a Bucks.
Bucks game. It's going to look like a Bucks game. That'd be funny. Yeah, I don't know. That's good. I'm just. What's it? Brandon says. Yeah, be bandwagoners. Well, it almost did have to be because of just the way COVID and the situation and people being able to travel and stuff like that. I mean, I don't think. I don't know if the state of Florida, I mean, well, they're a tourist state, but I don't know how much of them do they really want people from other states coming into Florida right now. They probably
They're all
might
moving here.
Huh?
They're all moving here.
No, yeah, but that's
where most people fly down to in the wintertime here.
Yeah, well, yeah, you got the snowbirds. Yeah, but I'm just saying, I mean, did they limit the snowbirds from coming in? No, they didn't, huh?
Man, it's wide open, buddy.
So they got Buffalo, all the people from Buffalo and Western New York fucking flying in with the COVID, bringing it to fucking Florida. Because that's
Wide
where it got
open.
hit hard. Buffalo was bad. Buffalo, all Western New York had some crazy fucking COVID numbers, dude. It was just like, what the hell's going on over there in Western New York?
All in New York.
Yeah, well, all of New York, but the numbers
The
were
ones that-
really high up in Western New York, Buffalo, and towards the Canadian border there, Buffalo, and some of the smaller little towns. They had some really high COVID numbers. Like they were just going around spreading it to each other.
Wasn't there a report that a lot of the numbers are fake though?
in New York City?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, New York City. Yeah, that's where they Governor fucking what's his Cuomo. Said, yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I kind of want. I'm not gonna. Bob says I'm ass kissing fucking Tom Brady. I'm not. I hate the guy. I hate the guy. As a fucking Rams fan, I should hate the guy, but you can't take away from greatness. And I think there's a time and place where I think you should be able to let your ego out. And I think winning 7 Super Bowl rings,
It might show up more now.
I think, that's what I'm trying to get at. I think, winning 7, I think I give him the respect to go ahead and let that ego out. Because it's just like he's achieved something that is pretty fucking amazing. And I get maybe he's a class act. I don't know. Maybe this is just like the first one. I don't know. But then again, I would forgive him. I don't know how social media would take it, but I would forgive him as a sports fan if he were to let go a little bit and just say, motherfucker, I got 7 bitches. You know what I mean?
They're
he
all
won't
gonna let go.
He won't do that, but
Oh, he's talking like how he might be more emotional and be more kind of like maybe.
I mean, can you see him doing this? Can you see him doing that?
If this team wins the Super Bowl, they are all going to go ape shit because everybody was against them. All these games on the road, they're never going to win. They're never going to go to Green Bay and win. It's too cold. It's this. It's Aaron Rodgers. Blah 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 blah. They're never going to Washington and win. They're never going to, it's like if they win the Super Bowl at home, it's going to be insane for every one of those players, and they'll all be throwing 7s up and getting cocky.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, I think to him, I can't. I mean, maybe it's just me, but if I played my whole career somewhere and I went to another team, and from the get-go, I was told, whether it was on social media or ESPN or some of these other places, that there's no way Tampa Bay makes it to the Super Bowl and wins it, and then to win it, I think that's got for me as a player. I don't know if I'd go crazy, but I would hold up 7 fucking fingers. I would throw out 7. I'd be like, hey, I got 7. How many do you got over there at ESPN? How many do you got over there at Fox Sports? Terry Bradshaw.
It may, because he's holding. I mean, I don't see him doing that, but I'm saying there may be some comments made because everybody's against this guy.
Yeah.
Now they're respecting him while he's being interviewed and stuff, but they didn't give him a chance in hell taking this team to the Super Bowl. But let's remember the team was very talented. I mean, without him last year.
Yeah,
it's the quarterback that killed it, right? Yeah. I mean, James Winston was just trash.
Yeah, and I think
they had a damn good chance. The defense is playing lights out.
But does Tampa make it to the Super Bowl without Brady?
No.
No. I mean, he's that key factor, and I think. I don't think I don't think I'm sure he kind of feels that way a little bit. He's not going to say that, but I mean,
no, I mean it is public knowledge. I mean, last year they didn't have him. This year they do.
You're not going to hear him say. You're not going to hear him say that. Yeah.
Right. Except they added a few more key players like a Antonio Brown, a couple of other key guys in there. But the last time Tampa won the Super Bowl, they were one person shy of winning it. They had all tools, and that player was the coach. An offensive-minded coach was the difference that they won.
Gruden.
And Indianapolis needed a defensive coach, and Dungy went there and did his thing. So that one key leader changes everything.
Everything. Yeah. Gruden, that, and he was the coach of the team that he was playing the Super Bowl for the previous year. That kind of helped, though, Nick, knowing the plays. That's a controversial.
Yeah, but you still had to train all those guys to do it.
Yeah, I know. I'm just playing around.
And, you had a week to do it.
to this day, that's my worst Super Bowl I've ever watched in my life was that one. It was just completely done. I was at a Raider house. It was at a Raider Super Bowl party house, and it was just you know how that saying, that it was just quiet. The air was just let out. It was just like everybody was just like, "Oh yeah, the food's really good here. Did you guys try?" When you start talking about the food and not the game, game's over.
Pass the crackers and cheese.
Yeah,
that was my second favorite. My first favorite was the Giants one here with the Bills in 25.
Yeah.
Then the Bucks one, and now hopefully this one will be there on the top.
99, my favorite. 1979, 79. Yeah, 79 was a good Super Bowl for me because it was the Rams getting there. They lost to Pittsburgh. I get it, but it was still, to me, it went down to the wire, that Super Bowl, and that still to me to this day is my favorite Super Bowl, even though the Rams didn't win it, Pittsburgh won it, but it's still one of my favorite Super Bowls. But then 99 was just, I was at my mother's house. My mom was fucking tripping out. And that last play, dude, I thought for sure he was going to get in the end zone, was just inches from the fucking, I was just like, oh my God, I'm sitting there going, no, 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 no. There's like, please, no, no. My mom's just sitting there. She goes, I'm going to quote my mom. She goes, finally, you can just shut up and we don't have to hear any more Ram shit. You got your Super Bowl. Let it go. That's it. She just looked at me like, thank God. She was just like praying to God. Thank you, God, for letting him have this. It's over.
It wasn't 03 for me.
Oh,
the same
man.
way. The Bucks
Yeah.
jinx was here,
Yeah.
I tell you what, it's going to be a good game either way.
Yeah,
it's going to be. I mean, the teams are just so tightly matched, and one error here or there, and that's the winner. It's going to be a really good game.
Yeah, I just hope there's just for once, just no controversial calls. That's all I want. I just want a team for once to win it and not them throw out, well, if this call would have went this way. I know it happens in every game. I just hope for that. And maybe the NFL's already talked to the referees like, hey, you know what? Let's try to have a Super Bowl. No, I mean, you would think they talk about that. Let's make sure this game doesn't come down to a call at the end, because the NFL doesn't want that. They don't want some penalty. And so I can see maybe some real light call, no calls there in the fourth quarter, maybe, you know what I mean? That's what I'm afraid of. I just don't want to.
The thing is, these teams are pretty clean too.
Yeah.
If you look at their penalties, they're pretty clean teams.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing.
Yeah. I just hope it's a clean game. No lights going out in the fucking middle of the third quarter. No ghost fucking pass interference call. No controversial fumble. No, I don't know if his arm was going forward call. I just want, it'd be nice if just one team just came out and just kicked the shit out of the other one and get it over with. I'll take that. But I doubt that's going to happen.
That wouldn't be nice. That wouldn't be good, though.
No, it wouldn't be good, but it'd be okay because there wouldn't be any controversial calls to call the game at the fourth quarter with 2 minutes left and, pass interference on the 1 yard line.
But then you don't even want to watch the game.
Yeah, I don't know.
I just protecting the ball.
Yeah, I just want a Super Bowl where there's just none of that. No
clean game.
Yeah, just a clean game, no football,
fucking
inflating footballs, no fucking, some stupid call. I just want a clean game that is just like, okay, that team won and they won and they didn't win because of this call. You know what I mean? Or they didn't win. Yeah.
This game's going to be clean.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope it's nice and clean game. I hope I hope I don't want to, let's put it this way. I don't want a game that ends where the NFL next year has to make a rule change. How's that? There you go. That's where I was trying to get with that. I want a game that ends where the NFL next year says we need to change that rule.
I think we're slowly getting to those though, where we're getting more rules because of things.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope it's close. I hope it's close. I hope
So
Yeah.
next Monday night it'll be a great show.
Yeah, it should be. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy next Monday. You may be up here or down here.
There's going to be no in between.
Yeah, there will be.
The cool thing is I don't make any money if they win, and I don't lose any money if
That's
they lose.
how I am. That's how I am. That's how my dad told me that a long time ago when I was a little kid.
I'm still going to have my Buccaneer tablecloth. I'm still going to have my Buccaneer gear.
Yeah.
And we're going to go next year.
That's it.
I just love the sport. Even if, you know, I'm much happier with the Bucks in it. But if the Bucks weren't in it, I would still be jazzed about a Super Bowl.
Yeah. I mean, and we may see, hey, Brian, we may see Nick on the news flipping a car out there in Tampa.
Right?
Yeah.
I know
that guy.
I know that guy. Hey, that's Nick. I can see Nick flipping the car and going, "Oh, town. Brady's a man. Brady got 7 bitches.
Running around, stealing podiums and shit.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you'll hit the parade if they do win. Those are always awesome.
Yeah,
I've been to one, and I was a Niner one. I'm not a Niner fan, but for that 1 year, I just felt like, you know what, I want to experience this. So we went out and we drove out there, and I'm only 2 hours from San Francisco, and we got there.
They have 2 here. Cool. They have the championship one, not the ones for the NFC, but they have if we win, they'll have a, you know, like a type of thing, but they also have one in March again, where it's Gasparilla Pirate Invasion, and they'll have their own little parade going too.
Oh, nice,
so we'll have
nice.
2. Last time we went, we have 2.
Yeah.
You know what Gasparilla is, right?
The what? Yeah.
The Gasparilla?
Gasparilla? No, I don't know what that is.
So in Tampa, every year around March, Jose Gaspar's ship, it's a big pirate ship we have, and there's pirates on it and stuff. It invades Tampa Bay like he did back in the old days. It's been a long time.
Oh, yeah.
And it's surrounded by all modern boats and stuff. It's a boat parade, comes in like a flotilla, but it's huge.
Oh, wow.
And the pirates get off the ship, and they come get the key to the city by the mayor. And then they have a big parade, and they have an Ybor, and it's a party all night long. It's almost like a Mardi Gras, but it's pirate-based. So it's the Gasparilla Parade. You should check it out. It's pretty cool.
I'm going to go look that up. That looks like a lot of fun, too.
Yeah, it's a good time.
All right, guys, we're at 3 hours. The show's a 2-hour show. I need to still eat dinner, and it's 10 o'clock. I haven't eaten dinner yet. All right, Nick, good luck this weekend. Yeah, good luck. And Brady, hopefully he wins it, and he can shut up everybody for a while. All right, guys, thanks for joining us. And whoever's watching the replay, go Bucks.
Win the day.